All right, and I'm rolling audio, so there will be some rough semblance of syncage, which will immediately go away because audio is edited and video is not. But nobody complained about video, so we'll do video.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I
people
upload.
can see our destiny pool, our duty, and our obligation.
Yeah, actually it uploads pretty quick too.
Yeah, I was actually shocked. Like I feel like later that night you got it to upload,
Oh yeah.
which is good. Okay. Hold on. Let me. This is technically a thing for patrons. I gotta pull up my list because we're doing that. New month, new thing. People are back. So we should shout out to them like Adam Tarbach, Comics Architect 10, Lex, G College Squad, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Dead, Legendary Boss, Under Liam Kessler, Rogue Robin, China Peace, I'm Gunning Bob, Soda's on over 723, Zach Reed. If you like what you want to see more, consider them as a patron. Let's roll dice.
Yeah.
So as for the sake of possible audio only listeners, no obligation and no duty is triggered. So okay, are you're just doing that for funny?
You said roll dice.
The funny thing was, like it gave the results for lucky for me, but the dice were still rolling. Like, wait a second.
Well, you probably made his brain do something. Anyway, so where we should probably start is you guys go back to base, and we immediately have to peel Wevu out of whatever she's wearing, and she needs to go into surgery. Surgery.
Yes.
Because she's got at least one nasty critical injury that you guys probably need to fix.
Yeah.
Yes, indeedy.
Lame. Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah.
What was the thing called? Pretty lame. And that just lasts until it's fixed.
I believe that is a hard, so yeah, you should
Yes, hard.
work on that.
I will spend a destiny point for this.
Okay. To increase your roll or decrease the difficulty.
I mean, it's just
Probably
a purples.
increase.
Shouldn't-
Yeah, it's not
don't-
that bad.
I don't think I can spend destiny to decrease the difficulty.
Yes, you
yeah,
can.
you can. You can downgrade.
Okay,
You can
fuck
just
it,
never do it.
Yeah.
I'll downgrade it. I don't want to
Okay.
deal with 3 purple dice for this.
All right. Hold on. What's the time? Okay, good. I can say lots of chicken shit. You big baby. Fucking 3 dice. Do you know how many dice Axe has to roll to modify things? How many purple dice these days?
I'm sorry, I'm not as mentally strong as Axe. I'm a wee bitch baby.
I don't know. What are you talking about? Axe is mentally strong. He takes one additional black. He starts freaking out.
But he still is used to big numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, hey, look, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Lucky, I'm sorry to give it that impression.
Okay.
You're not, though, because that's what happens.
It's
gave me an
not an
additional
impression. It's what we've seen.
You've given me a setback die? That's the devil. Never mind, setback die are dog shit. You never do anything. 2 sides are blank.
I'm trying to remember these
1/3 of the
moments
die.
because
Axe
I
starts
actually
throwing
said-
holy water at the screen.
I'm trying to. Okay.
Whoops.
Well, that's
Down the
fixed.
floor.
Pretty
Anyway,
advanced,
yeah, so
that's
you fixed
okay.
all that. You got any
Who
wounds?
snorted?
Now I'm going
That
to the-
fucking destroyed me.
What?
You got any
What
wounds
was
left
that?
over there?
Okay, I have like 13 wounds.
That's a lot.
Okay. Well, you should probably heal at least 3 of those if he wants to spend those advantages for that.
Do
Oh,
you
yeah, of
want to
course.
spend advantage on that? Okay. Then I'll
Um,
just go into the back to tank.
well, yeah. I just need to check. Do you have any? What is it? Surgeon? Loth?
Me?
Any surgeon ranks?
Oh yeah, sorry. 2 ranks in surgeon, so that should be an extra 2 wounds healed.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'll just
Oh.
go into the back to tank for what? That's 8 wounds.
Well, I do have back to specialization 1.
Yeah. So you get 1 healed immediately. I think is how we've been doing that,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then you go about your normal back to business because you heal 1
Yeah.
extra wound whenever Boots administers you Bacta. So he gets in there, he stitches up your wound, fills it with biofoam, and then it's like, into the Bacta you go.
Yeah.
So 14
Now I
hours.
need to go worry about the other guy. I need to put him to back to the guy I slashed with a fucking vibro axe last session.
Oh, well, he's probably in a hospital somewhere. You guys go back to base.
I'm probably gonna have to radio in and be like, okay, I'll pay for his hospital bills. So I feel bad about that. Not often you fucking vibro axe someone and it's like, oh wait, this is. a
There's
real
all kinds
person.
of hospital bills that Aramaa's picking up today.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's just on the fucking list. Listen.
back.
Aramaa has to go back. She now has to go. She has to go talk to the bureaucracy and find out which one of these fucking these housing and business grants are actually fraudulent. We have to go find the fucking money, put it back in, then start paying for all the reconstruction, start paying people proper wages. We have to do the licensing and business agreements with Lopox and the fucking, like, we gave him like all 3 of those fucking stores for him and his
Yeah,
cousin.
you just handed him the deeds. Yeah, like no, there's a whole rigmarole.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Hey, Aramaa, roll me knowledge education really quick.
This is gonna suck. Wait.
Let's make it average.
Oh wait, no, I don't have. I really need to make me that fucking talisman that'll let me burn strain for blue dice on this. But let's see what Destiny says. Destiny says, "Do I?" Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
fine.
do
Why
it.
not? Fine. Why the fuck not?
It's gonna
Do
be
it.
funny. It's gonna be very funny.
I don't give a fuck.
While
off chance
Lucky
it
is
fails,
rolling, is
it'll-
anybody else injured?
I have
I'm not.
I have 2 wounds and 4 strain from last session, but
Okay.
Pretty
Well,
sure.
I have
you
4
healed
strain,
the
so like
Wow.
strain
I'll
Give
just
me back.
with a nap.
We
It's
were
the
resting
wounds
anyway.
mostly that you may or not want
well,
to. do
I'll
something
heal
about.
1 anyway.
Give me back my
Yeah.
light.
Over.
Oh yeah, you get
Yeah,
it.
you get your light point back.
Yeah, give me my point.
Okay, so you fail with threats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think unfortunately you're gonna try and do the right thing, get the bureaucracy to sort out, but it's unfortunately going to turn into petty politics basically.
Yeah,
So
it's like-
you're, at least for the time being, your efforts to actually get this unclogged are going to be stalled because they realize that this means that budgetary and appropriations are back up for negotiation. So this is going to go into like hours of council meetings and shit, unfortunately.
Oh my god, that means I gotta go over to the fucking mayor and I have to be like, hey, you know who's in your corner? Me.
Yeah. You may
You
have
know
to do
who's
some
in
more
that
glad
green
handing
corner?
later.
Yeah.
Me.
Because
Yeah.
basically what you announce basically like, hey, we've conducted a criminal investigation. It turns out some people were misappropriating our grants. We need to reappropriate them and do all these new building inspections and whatnot. And people are like, so what you're telling me is that we're redoing grant money. Cool. Okay. Here's what I want. And here's what I want. And then they're fighting about it.
It's like, yeah. So.
This is the slight problem with being so good at war is that these people are not worried
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
They feel safe. So they feel like they can be dumb.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna put that on my shit I need to take care of later.
Okay,
List.
so I think everybody else has. Does Aramaa have any serious levels of wounds?
I think I'm at fucking 0. Yeah, I'm at 0.
Yeah, I
wound.
think,
I'm at
I
8.
think you. Yeah, that's right. You parried out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got it down
I'm
to
a-
8 strains. So, man.
Okay, so everybody's fine except Wevuguk needs to take a nap. Basically, she's down for a day.
Yeah.
So this puts us in a interesting place. So basically, once you finish all your bureaucracy dance, everybody comes back to base. Aramaa, you are called up by Master Lago. Been a while since he's been on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically pulls you into the command room, and he explains basically that he kind of gives you the half joking hope you're taking care of your little project. We have a new situation going on, and he's basically gonna run you down the briefing.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna drop some nouns on you, but it's okay because I'm gonna copy and paste them into chat. So the chat can also know how to say these things.
Nice.
So basically, you've probably, I think we've even mentioned some of this. You've heard some things in a region that have been going on. I'll put a name to it now. You've been hearing about some ongoing activity in the Efiana parish,
Efiana.
the Efiana region,
Mhm.
which is in the northwestern coast of the main continent. It's basically the opposite corner of this continent
Great.
because I did a very rough map.
Actually, where is that map?
If you cannot find it, I can pull it
Yeah.
up.
Because I like the map. I didn't save it when I saw it.
As he put it up, it said not to fucking scale. So
It's
you
always
can
not.
flip
It's never
that
to fucking
back.
Yeah,
scale.
no, I didn't try to scale this, but yeah, here it is.
Booyah.
So I have a rough map that the people at home can also see, which should have every location that has already occurred.
Okay. Okay,
So you guys are
it's the
based in Outpost
northwest
Sohaliv, which is
corner,
down in the southeast,
east,
with
and
Mort
now
Yuri
we're
doing that
going
little cove, that little
northwest.
delta. So Efiana is way up there.
Jeez, it is.
So it's a little far from your sphere of influence. You know, kind of makes sense why maybe they're having some trouble. So it's also next to, as you will also see on that map, again, not the scale. South of it is the Ibriski Delta region. So these two regions are fairly well known on Sohaliv. Basically, because they kind of have a sympathetic relationship. The high level briefing, you guys can always roll for more, is that the Efiana area is also nicknamed the Fire Canyons because it is a former volcanic zone, kind of like the Badlands, but it's not quite as like chaotic and random. It involved a lot more of big volcanic block rock and bedrock, which has slowly eroded over time. So it has a slightly higher altitude. You know, it's got some of those rockier highland reaches, but it's much more geologically stable, in a sense, for Sohaliv.
Okay.
And because it has geothermal activity and a more sturdy bedrock basin, it's a lot more solid, but it has a high level of canyon and wadi formations, both dry and active rivers, because there's a lot of erosion. However, because there are volcanic vents and warm ocean currents, everybody, but there's warm offshore currents and geothermal vents in both on land and off land. It's actually much more warm and temperate than it should be for such a northern latitude, because you guys went up to Barvale, which is about at the same latitude.
Yes.
You remember that as being not really cold, but like cool and foggy all the time. Efiana is not that. It's actually usually quite clear. Rain tends to be sudden, harsh bursts, and there's seasonal rolling fog, but there's high winds, so there's not usually a lot of cloud cover.
Okay.
The rain can occasionally bring flash floods, though, but because
Jesus.
there's all this water drainage, which passes through rich volcanic regions, the Ibriski Delta, which is south of it, has super rich soil.
I see.
Rich volcanic sediment deposited in broad deltas by flowing out of the Efiana region, so there are a lot of very profitable farmlands to the south of it. So this is one of your economic breadbaskets.
Okay.
Conversely, the Efiana region itself is best known for more working class, but they're hardworking because they do a lot of mining of salts and sulfur, and occasional deposits of heavy metal, which are down there. You know, which are broken up.
Mhm.
You know how you pan for gold? There's probably some gold panning in Efiana. So there's lots of small mining camps and towns dotting the canyons. And you do know that it used to be a center for local tourism, but that has decreased recently. You don't know why. That would probably be a check. But the reason why it has come up on your strategic radar is you've had an outbreak of what Master Log is basically like, this is either a terror attack or vandalism. We're not sure. So farm buildings and outbuildings in Ibriski have been destroyed, flattened, or burned down. Possibly by enemy munitions, but it could just be arson. Herds of livestock have been scared off or scared into the wrong pastures. There's been a couple of deaths of ranchers and farmers in the area. And unfortunately, the few times you guys have sent either both local martial patrols and even military patrols have encountered some form of enemy resistance or lost contact with. Master Lago will report that just today they sent an overflight of some light fighters for scouting, and they have not come back. So you've lost a couple of men and vehicles to this already. And even some civilian vehicles who have been out and about alone appear to have been destroyed by something.
It takes a fair bit to crash some of our stuff. So
Yeah. Actually, this may come up later. I've been thinking about it. Your tactical composition, as far as air power goes, is actually probably mostly arcs and Y-wings, fighter bombers, because the idea is that strategically you're either going to need to protect Sohaliv from invasion by capital ships, or your enemy's probably pretty dug in, and you're going to need strategic bombing. You have a decent spread of light and cheap interceptors and fighter support, like the V-19 Torrents, which are being phased out for newer V-wing fighters. And among yourselves, you've been equipped with at least one, I think it's Delta 12 trainer, and a couple of Eta-2 Actus interceptors as Jedi. But yeah, probably what got shot down were some of your lighter, faster fighters, because unfortunately the V-19 Torrent is a stopgap fighter. It was made in a rush in sudden militarization. They don't even have shields. They don't have heavy ordnance. They just have, like, I think, double wingtip lasers and, like, concussion missile launchers.
Okie dokie.
Those are being phased out for the newer Z-95 Headhunters and, like I said, V-Wings, both of which are much more modular and multi-role.
Okay.
But yeah, so tactical analysis, Master Lago kind of runs you over the scans where you've got like, okay, we got a thing here, we got a thing here, thing here. Basically, he points out it appears that whatever this force is, they seem to be deploying from the north in the Fire Canyon region, which probably means that they are hiding in the canyons to provide cover from our long-range scanners and orbital surveillance. And unfortunately, we have not yet found a lot of reliable witnesses to figure out what's going on. Is this an enemy advance force? Is this some kind of, deep cover sabotage? Or I've also been hearing, he says, that there are minor reports. Unfortunately, our infrastructure isn't great in the canyons because of their design. But we've been hearing scattered reports coming up the pipeline from the local marshals that there are very, how shall we say, enthusiastic local swoop gangs in the area. There's a lot of dangerous racing in the canyons, some acts of petty vandalism, arson, extortion. Not as high scale as blowing up a barn full of swamp striders, but a possibly related effort. We've already seen that the separatists are willing to use local criminals and partisans against us for their benefit. And so basically, Master Lago, like, he runs that stuff on you, and he kind of drops a line, which is like, now, unfortunately, for particular reasons, it is inadvisable for me to go on this mission. I don't know if you know, but my species has a averse reaction to sulfur because of our biochemistry. So it would not be tactically sound for me to go on this expedition. So as soon as young Master Wevu recovers and you yourself are ready, I believe you should take your new toy and maybe ride out there and see what you can see while we continue to hold down the fort here. After all, this could just be a flashy distraction.
Aramaa will, cup hands and bounce like, very, very master. We shall go as soon as we are able.
All right, so there's your high level.
All right, well, let's see here. So, I'm assuming when he says new toy, it's not really new, but whatever. He hasn't been around.
You've only had it like a month. That's still pretty new.
That's still pretty new. But he's talking about Sierra Mobile, our giant fucking, it's not treaded, it's a wheeled tank.
Yeah.
Just to let
the
people...
clone turbo tank.
Actually, let me post the stats for you guys again.
Juggernaut.
So, you guys...
Yeah, it's a big boy.
It's a big boy. How will this look? Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. So this thing's SIL 4. It's bigger than some ships.
Yeah.
Speed 3, handling -1, no defense but 5 fucking armor. Lot of hull and threshold. Short sensor ranges, needs a fair amount of crew, but can hold a lot of stuff, can hold a lot of people, and we've customized it. Basically what we did is it could usually hold double this, but we basically halved it so we could actually turn it into a actual mobile base. So
yeah, so you've like equipped onboard amenities, like it's not just rack seating, you like have actually put like a mobile kitchenette in there kind of thing. Built in some setup so that people can actually, have conversations and stuff. And you've put theater command and control in there.
Yeah. So I can yell at things better, apparently. So we also have a lot of guns. Jesus, we have a lot of guns.
I mean, yeah, this is a big boy boss tank. Yeah. So,
but
you've got two dorsal weapon turrets. You've got forward weapons, and then you've got side weapons. So you're only really at a problem from the rear. And you've got the flex ordnance launchers.
Yeah. But so actually, well, actually, I'll wait for Webby to actually get out. But let's see here.
Yeah.
Like what was the folded in platoon? What were they? They weren't rapid response. They were
Crimson Lightning.
Yeah, what was the Crimson Lightning?
They were fast response.
Fast response.
Yeah, they're fast attack.
Oh, fast attack
units.
Well, like shoot, let's you want to set up a convoy, grab some of the vehicles, just take them on a big old take a big old trip.
Yeah.
Like we could
Oh yeah.
let's see. Well, we don't have to take too much, but we can maybe grab a couple extra tanks.
Right. Let's see here. Maybe we should. Is there like? Well, probably have the data for like all the where all each attack happened at, right?
Yeah, you've got some rough notes.
Yeah, well, as I said, we still got to get across, so we're probably going to be in the. Let me pull up that map again because maps are useful. We're probably going to be roaming around the Efiana Parish and maybe the Abrisky Delta.
Yeah.
But we still got to get there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
man.
just thinking about that because to see if we could actually maybe triangulate like where it could all come from.
Well,
triangulation needs 3 points of reference. That's
yeah. We have to get there first.
Yeah.
You have more of a I would call it a cone plan, but it's not because you don't know where the end is. So it's more of a box, or a circle.
And first, basically, just put a big old circle on Efiana. That's where the quest location is. We have to search within that circle. But first off, we have to get there because I'm looking at our map. We have to go. We can have to go either through the Carlani Valley or probably the Nuzana Badlands. And honestly, we probably shouldn't go through the Nuzana Badlands. So we might have.
We've already got
want to pass back through the because you have a forward operating base there and other supplies because that's where your first big battle was. It would probably be to cut through the Carlani region.
Yeah. We'll probably cut through the Carlani.
Through the Carlani.
Yeah. And then we'll swing up into Efiana Parish. We'll see if we can get some lay of the land. Maybe find some big towns. We'll start seeing if we can get some reports on victims and damages, and start putting things together. So we're probably looking at a lot of traveling, a lot of investigation, and probably some punching.
Right. All right. Yeah.
So I'm going to
poking.
Yeah.
Aggressive poking.
Aggressive poking. Let's see here. So I'm gonna grab the usual squad. They're gonna come with. If nothing else, have someone keep an eye on the big truck. Do you want to bring like some of your crew? Like I said, like maybe a couple tanks or something.
I think she will at least just bring at least a couple on.
Like I said, I don't like if. I'm not entirely sure, but if there is some swoop games,
it's better to bring more grounded vehicles since there could be anti-air.
Yeah, that's also a good very point. If they're shooting down, interceptors, we probably want to stay a little bit low until we can at least find out. What tanks are there? I know. We said we got a couple tanks
the platoon rolled up with probably a couple small squadrons of saber tanks, speeder tanks.
Speeder tanks.
Speeder tanks.
Is that in the clone vehicle document?
Yep, should be. Because that'll be in this.
Clone Wars. Know your vehicles. There it is.
TX-130 Saber class tank.
Saber! Let's see. Light ground armies designed for infantry support and light anti-armor rolls. Low profile launchers, blade of hammer. Light shielding. Silhouette 3, speed 4, handling +1, defensive 1/1, armor 2. Let's see. Crew 1 pilot, 1 co-pilot, 1 gunner, 1 commander, 2 passengers.
By the way, don't ask me how they fit 6 people in a fast attack tank. I didn't write the stat block, okay? And when I played these things in all the Battlefront games, I'm pretty sure they only fit 2 people, but whatever.
Yeah, it's like.
Well,
I assume the idea is much like how you can cram a lot of player characters into like a couple of Y-wings. This is supposed to like fit a party in one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. They're kind of the low-sloped, blade-shaped tanks. You've probably seen them, or the Imperial version before, in pictures at least.
Saber tank, Star Wars. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Yeah, you can find some pictures. And basically there's a top gunner who sits on the turret. That's the gunner slot. And
Yeah,
then
actually, like I found a good picture. Actually, you might actually use this picture. Yeah, I don't know how they.
That's a good one.
I don't know how they fit.
So I believe pilot, co-pilot sit side by side in that, looking out the 2 view slits, and then the gunner sits on the top, and then I guess because there's a rear hatch you climb in the back.
For someone just down there, yeah.
So I think that's where the commander sits. Where do 2 more people sit? I don't know, unless they're riding the skids. But you don't want to ride the skids because those are actually the ordnance launchers.
It's like
They open up to fire the bombs or fire the missiles.
All right, but yeah, these are pretty small. We could probably take a couple of these. Like I said, like honestly, if we're gonna push comes to
Yeah,
shove,
you don't need to worry about ground cover because anything that's in your way, you're just gonna roll over it. Like you probably, unless you get in open ground, like in the Delta region, there's probably enough open ground for that. You probably can't have your fast attack tanks like fan out and support you, but you can have them follow along in case you need them.
Yeah, like I said, we're not gonna take a full bunch of them, but a couple. And let's see here. Do we want maybe? Actually, now that we think,
I'm trying to think of formation names because I know that for fighters, a flight is like 2 to 4 guys, but I don't know what the equivalent is for cavalry, basically. But like you probably want like a small unit of them in a like a line or column behind you.
Yeah, so we won't be able to like. I think it'll be better than bringing. Actually, we could probably store a couple swoop bikes on the fucking Sierra Mobile. We could. It's pretty big.
I don't remember if it has vehicle slots, but yes, you probably can.
Well, let me
space take bikes.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It
Okay.
doesn't.
Sorry for disappearing for a bit.
Well, we're talking logistics, as we do.
Oh, hey, it's that tank from some of the Battlefront games.
I've been trying to like piece together everything Omega said because he said a lot, so like some of it kind of blurred over for me.
Oh, don't worry.
Forgot
It's vehicle jargon at the moment.
Yeah.
Does it? Actually, let me double check this fucking thing.
Well, yeah, I assume you're gonna like, especially because Loth wasn't here, you're probably gonna like reconvene and do the briefing.
Oh, actually, hang on. The interior Juggernaut can hold up to 300 clones. We have that based on integral configuration. It features 4 nav command decks, a dedicated mail carrier, storage space for gear and smaller vehicles, and a main area being a 2-deck troop room with individual jump seats. So yeah, I guess we can put in. It just doesn't come with a complement. So any bikes we put in there eats into the encumbrance.
Yeah, it seems like. So yeah, you could probably take some light speeder bikes. You could let Boots take his bike.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, wait a second, I do have a bike.
It's not a military bike, but it's a very nice swoop bike.
Well, honestly,
is.
believe it or not, that's not unusual. When I was in the Navy, when we went on deployment, they would let sailors bring their civilian bikes on board and keep them in storage so they can ride them out when we got overseas.
Yeah, so you got room in there, and other than that, I would recommend in the list, the Bark speeders. Biker Advanced Recon Commando speeder.
I could also have a passenger on my swoop bike.
Solid.
Well, yeah, somebody, I mean, come on, somebody can ride, bitch.
Axe, get in here. Well,
Okay.
so it is.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure with the way your guys' skill, well, I don't know. Axe is better at one-handed weapons. But I was just thinking, I think he might be better at pilot planetary. Like, you might want him to drive so you can use two hands to fucking shotgun.
No,
Like,
he's
you're gonna do that.
I did just add a point to range heavy, so I have range heavy 3 now.
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
but you have points of planet. Sorry,
I have 2 of
pilot
that, so yes,
planetary. I don't.
I'd have 2 of that. And then 3
Also,
yellows, yeah.
I'm gonna give you a slight spoiler. Axe should bring his jetpack.
I'm going to wear
It
the
needs to be
jetpack.
verticality.
So I was
And-
gonna make a joke like, "Oh, Axe has to be there. I can't be bitch." It's like, wait, no, I can't drive. I'll be bitch. Axe, you drive.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can load up with that speeder bike and probably like 2 to 4 bark speeders,
Let's go.
or 2 bark speeders each with a sidecar, depending on how you want to do it.
Let's go with 2 barks with a fucking sidecar.
sidecar with like a gunnery
Thing.
gunnery weapon on. it
Yeah.
or something.
Okay. That's the sidecar rule. Equips a sidecar. They get a 1 passenger capacity. Their handling only becomes +0, but they can mount a light repeating blaster. So you've got your fucking military bikes with sidecars. You've got some fast attack tanks.
Yep, this is good for a convoy. We'll probably not use the bark speeders unless we need to get something out quick and maybe something dark like thing. But so those.
Well, and I will say, while it was recommended that you drive over there in this thing, there may be, you're going into canyons. There may be spaces where your Sil 4 Juggernaut will not fit.
Yeah.
So having a couple different sizes of vehicle may be a good idea, so you don't have to hoof it everywhere.
Yeah. So with that, we got our vehicle complement figured out. I'm bringing the boys. Wevu, you should probably at least bring as much people you need to man the tanks. I'll allocate them sleeping space in Sierra Mobile for the night, so they don't have to sleep in a fucking tank. That sounds horrible.
So you'll
Yeah.
probably. So are you thinking you'll probably take like a company size worth of guys, but it'll actually be like half and half from the 2 units?
Yeah.
All right. So you'll fill up your passenger racks, but it'll be split between Crimson Lightning vehicle crewmen and Sierra Company infantrymen and mechanized infantry.
Wow, I feel super military all of a sudden.
On a micronote, should I bring the general purpose scanner or not?
Nah.
Okay. Can we leave it in the base, or
If you
want
want to leave it on Sierra Mobile, see it on Sierra Mobile. It's a mobile base. This is literally what we got it for.
okay.
Yeah, you can
Alright,
park it in the because it's got like fucking 200 encumbrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
What's the
encumbrance
market
bikes
rate?
take up, but I'm pretty sure it's not 200.
Nah, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Like
you're
10
you're not anywhere near capping the encumbrance. I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna wait for Wevu, but if there's shopping that needs to get done or requisitions, speak now, forever hold your peace.
I'm gonna need 2 shape charges because I'm probably gonna need those.
You want to get some shape charges because explosives are handy. Let's do a requisition. It's like, are you telling me that bombs are mission equipment? Why, yes. Yes, I am.
I will also say, do you want to like dig up any personal anti-armor? Like, does anybody want any anti-armor grenades? Do you want to try and scare up an RPS rocket launcher? Or
What are you talking about? We took him rocket launcher. We'll bring that.
Oh yeah, I can
Oh,
wield
I already
that.
got one of those. You've got a generic missile tube. Okay.
Oh, but we might want
Hey,
additional ammo.
Hold on, isn't this marked for destruction? No, I'm taking it.
It's mine now.
Oh, that's right. I missed my joke. I was gonna say that while Wevu goes in the back to tank, Armaa's gonna go put her thermal detonator in the look but don't touch room.
Yep.
This is-
And
gotta
guess
put
what? That's where the missile
safety-
tube is. This is mine now.
Put the safety on the thermal detonator.
Aramaa goes up to her, she grabs the mistletoe, she just rips off the red tape and goes, "This is mine." Walks off.
And then falls the fuck over because it's probably like E7 or something.
Is it? Let me double check.
I can't find it on the list.
Like most rifles are like 5 or 6. It's missile tube technically.
Oh, the missile
so-
tube. Okay. Touch
Wait, that's the wrong
launcher.
search.
Missile tube. It is. I can't see the E rating. Is it technically?
E's the first number.
It's E7. Yeah, it's huge.
It is E7. Yeah.
Actually, hang on. Actually, let me.
E7, cumbersome 3.
Oh no, I can carry it.
Yeah, you're probably the only one who can just because you don't carry anything.
Nope. I will
I
tell you,
can't carry
it
it,
puts me at 18 out of 19 though.
Or what the
Damn.
eventually we'll just install
Uh,
pile bunkers into Aramaa's fists.
If you want to, you can get different missiles.
I know, that's what I was actually thinking.
But I'm gonna assume because it's not listed, the default is anti-armor munitions. So
let's see. It's 20, blast 10, cumbersome, guided 3, breached 1. So I'm gonna say probably, yeah.
Honestly, armor. I could probably instead of getting iron grenades, I could do armor-piercing grenades. Honestly,
it'd be good for you.
probably because like iron grenades, I just clanker killer them. So
I mean,
Armor
I've got a
piercing
few
fits
frag grenades, but I'm pretty sure I'll be alright with that.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah, you're not really the anti-armor guy.
Yeah.
For requisition, does the rarity mod apply?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be how hard it is for you to find on base.
Oh, okay. Well then.
I mean,
But
if
you don't
I,
have to. If it works, you don't have to pay money because you're just like you filled out a form which says, "Hey, I fucking need this to do my job,"
Gotcha.
and the supply officer or the weapons clerk or whoever's running it is just like, "Nope, yep, I think you need that." And then when you ask, "Hey, I need a Davy Crockett nuclear missile launcher," they're like, "No, you don't. Shut up."
It's like, no, I must be a patriot.
All right, then just the.
I need a nuclear bomb. No, we don't use those.
All right, but no, actually, it's limited amp at 6, so it's actually we might have a fucking enough. We might not need additional amp.
Yeah, you got a full mag.
Yeah, it's 6. Like I actually pulled out the picture. I was like, oh yeah, it's like that's this thing. Like this ain't a missile tube like you think a missile tube. It's fucking. Hang on. Let me post this picture for you guys.
Yes, it's not a.
So.
It's
That's
not our
already-
modern like bazooka style like quick reloader thing.
No.
Like yeah, no. It's a missile tubes are fat boys with top loading mags.
Yeah.
So
looks like a vacuum.
So this is what the mod already applied.
Oh wait, leaf blower.
Could add 2 of those. 2. So I assume it's a 6 and 8. So it's just a.
All right, so we'll stick that in there too, just in case. We never know. Probably don't need another one. One's probably fine.
No, because you'll have your own. In your infantry unit, you will have
Heavy guys.
specialists who will be
Yeah.
carrying, different combinations of anti-armor and infantry weapons. And if you get in an open battlefield anyway, you've got tanks with ordnance, and your juggernaut has like the flex launcher,
God damn.
which I believe the default stat line is basically concussion missiles.
Okay, Loth, I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't send me things while we're recording because this is recording the screen. I just looked at it and I'm just like, wait a minute, fuck.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's my fault. Sorry about that, buddy.
All right, so. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking. Okay, so we got some time. I wanted so. Let's see. 2 shape charges, 6, and so let me.
It's
what's
already
it-
modified.
Oh, thank you.
Like rarity.
What's requisitioning? Is it leadership?
It is knowledge warfare or negotiation.
Negotiation. That's what I was thinking. I can negotiate.
Yeah, you can use your default negotiation, or you can use knowledge warfare for it.
Happily, it fits in my demolition bag, so it only counts as E2. There can only put 2 ship charges in because each are E2. So.
I'm just rearranging my gear that I'll probably bring along.
I need to mark down the
Alright.
stats.
Ah, shit.
Wow. That is mood. Okay, so let's dump all that fucking light side points into success. So I get 1 success. And that leaves us with get that dark side away from me. So that'll be 1 success, 3 advantage, 2 triumphs.
Okay. So, well, you get your 2 shape charges and your 2 armor piercing grenades.
Booyah.
All right. Either Aramaa for Camo or Camo. You got a double triumph. Do you want something else? You got a wish list? What's on your Christmas card list, guys?
What is on my Christmas card list? Jesus.
So I may have built a special advantage chart, and I made sure to put double triumphs on it. Just in case, for this reason.
I mean, besides specific modifications or things, I'm thinking of like.
I mean, there's some fun, dumb stuff you can do with ordnance. You can get ordnance impellers, sticky grenade mods. Like, do you want to do some fancy shit with your bombs you've got?
I
That
was
would be
thinking
weapon
thermal
mod, by
detonators
the
are like
way.
the physiological support system. But,
You could probably bundle one of those in if you need it. You got the hard points for that? You probably do. You're still rocking. Don't you have
For
two
the-
of those
for-
actually? You have two different suits that are like hard point 4.
Yes. One's meant
you
for
have
like, yeah, but one's like with the inserts it only has, so it has only 2 in there.
Okay.
You know, that's 4. The arc armor still has the still 4, so I could put the physiological support system in there. Yeah.
Let's see. We're looking at explosives and grenades. I would like to keep it in something in that vein.
There are, and like I said, remember there are some weapon mods that are like HP 0, which only apply to grenades and stuff.
Oh yeah, let me check here. Let me check. Actually, does the missile tube have fucking?
I would say if we can get
It
some sort of
probably
detonators.
does.
It
'cause
has
you could
4,
probably pick up
Jesus.
like a body harness and shit.
It has 4. Yeah, because it is cumbersome 3. Jesus.
Not that it matters for you, Swolio.
Or Loth, yeah. It is gunnery.
Or Wevuguk.
Let's see what mods work for these.
Well, yeah. Excuse me. Well, I go look at mods for.
Actually, honestly, Wevu, you have gunnery, right?
Yeah, I've gunnery too.
Yeah,
I
you're
can
probably.
increase
Well,
my
Aramaa may
agility
need to
to
carry it for
5.
you if you don't have the encumbrance left. You may be the one to actually need to
Yeah,
shoot the
I'm
missile tube if you gotta
actually-
shoot at somebody.
Your strength,
Yeah,
right?
I'm actually putting most of the gear that I'm bringing along just on the vehicle itself.
Fair enough.
And then I'll
Change
just
it.
carry only the stuff that I need when I need to get out.
Honestly, a scope is always useful.
Grenade cling.
So that's okay.
Make it stickies.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, Loth. You do have gunnery. You definitely don't have the space to carry a missile tube.
Oh yeah, no.
Depends if you buy all like the
I
extra
Boots
key
will
items.
just end up sinking into the ground from how heavy he is.
It's why I'm
It'll
saying-
be the classic like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas encumbrance. You get one over and you just can't run anymore.
Yeah.
You cannot fast travel while over encumbered.
Curse this extra paperclip I've picked up.
Get this wheel of cheese out of here.
Oh yeah, that's another.
You can get a
thing.
geostabilizer to make
Because
it have
of, like,
barrage.
increase my agility to 5, then I can just have 5 green whenever I use range heavy or range light. So that's not bad. Anyhow,
Yeah, sorry. I'm just looking at everything here.
Besides the sticky, besides like the grenade cling, I'm trying to see what else is there.
One of them is
Proximity
ordnance
detonator.
impeller. I don't remember what that does.
Now move
Proximity
overland
is
with
another
equal
one.
rate to the character's walking speed.
oh yeah.
Can now be remote controlled up to extreme range of computers or pilot planetary. Basically, you can like control like a Nikita missile.
Let's see here. If we could get maybe a weapon harness, would probably be the best. Then anyone could probably use it. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't look like there's a lot of stuff for like missiles. I guess.
The geostabilizer might be work for it, but that's HP 2.
Well, so is
Oh,
the.
It's got 4 slots.
And then I guess the lightweight frame, if you want to decrease the E on it.
That could be something too. Hang on, let me see here. -1 E to a minimum of 1, and then mod it again for another E. That could bring it down to 5. Let's see here.
Sonic scope.
Yeah, it would bring it down. There's like 2 versions at least, lightweight frame that's stripped down.
I would go with lightweight frame. Stripped down means you literally.
Break it down,
Yeah,
reassemble
you're
it.
ripping it apart.
Well, actually,
yeah,
no-
strip down is a little spicy.
Mhm.
It's just to make it less detectable. But missile tube is like,
Oh yeah, what is the ordnance? I keep passing it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's why I wasn't looking. It says grenades or explosives E3 or lower. Say, wait a minute. Yeah, explosives now move overland with a rate equal to a character's walking speed. Can be remote controlled up to extreme range with computers or planetary check. So it becomes a fly-by-wire.
Yeah, Axe referenced the Nikita remote missile earlier.
Yes.
oh yeah, that's
Also, while that's not as relevant, there were also remote guided missiles in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the good one.
right.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the rank.
So,
Well, if you were playing a Wookiee, that was your default rocket launcher. But if you ranked up the vanilla rocket launcher, it was the remote kind, which was the funnest.
Yeah.
Not
I
fun.
just didn't ever play Battlefront, which I probably
No, it's
should.
fair, but yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
shocker, there's a lot of references to the old and new Battlefront games in current Star Wars stuff that FFG has done.
They probably enjoyed the game.
Yep.
Marth, the standard damage for a missile tube is damage 20, crit 2, extreme range, and it has the lovely additional tags of blast 10, cumbersome 3, guided 3, breach 1, prepare 1, limited ammo 6.
Okay.
This thing will fuck you
so
up.
that's that. The default is, as far as we can tell, probably anti-armor.
Yeah.
So you know, like,
That'll.
Honestly, I don't see anything that really like necessarily jumps out.
Do you want to get some racks of alternate ammo? Then?
Yeah, let's get some racks of ammo. What else do we have?
Because you've got conch, frag, plasma, and ion, I believe.
Wait, what does plasma do?
That's a
Plasma
con-
is probably burn.
Ooh.
Yeah, plasma is burn. No, it's pierce 2 actually.
Ooh, okay, so plasma is lower damage,
does
pierce
not-
2.
It's blast 14, inaccurate 1.
Okay, so plasma's a wider area burst effect.
I just needed those.
Incendiary is burn. I'm done. There's no ion missile. There's no ion missile? That probably is a mistake.
Oh yeah,
because
and
there's
the
a standalone ion
There
launcher.
should be an EMP one.
special thing about the concussion missile is that concussion just affects everyone within engaged range of the
Yes,
target.
it has a
But
special rule
disorients
of
everything that's short.
yeah, it has a special rule that its detonation, it's concussive and disorient, do it at range,
Oh.
but it's not as accurate.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck. Let's actually, I'm trying to think here. Out of the 4, which one do you think is the most useful?
I need to find the list of the different types of like.
Okay. So hang on, I'll read it out for you. Pay
Oh, I
attention.
see it right here.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Actually, fuck. I have this handy dandy fucking feature. I can just copy paste. It's great.
Right here. Let's see.
I love this.
I
don't
assume
even-
these stack with the base stats of the missile
No.
tube.
No, they do not stack; they replace.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, they replace.
That's 4 at least.
So
Because
Okay, so
there's actually like I know there's fragmentation, incendiary, plasma, high explosive, and concussion.
I think you
I
should
believe
have.
high explosive may be the default type, or if
Yeah.
it is, I may have missed it somewhere.
High explosive is damage 18, crit 3, blast 10, concussive 3, disorient 5, guide 2.
Okay, so I don't
Oh,
have that on
wait.
my list.
Oh wait, no, it's blast 6, breach 2, guide 2.
breach 2 guided 2.
Interesting. Well,
That's
that might be
high
good. Hold on.
it's in Knights of Fate.
Knights of
Oh,
Fate.
okay. That's a very new book. Okay, no wonder I didn't catch it. I wonder why they went back and added more regular missile ordnance.
I think honestly, like some spares of plasma or concussive, or I guess plasma and high explosive.
What were the? Can you type out those stats on the high explosive for me, Marth, in chat? I'll just add it to my doc now. Yeah, type them out so I can copy them easier.
Okay.
Well, thanks for like skipping all the books for us.
Did that like 20 I'm going to say excessively 20 different times, but that's not true.
It's a lot.
Right. Now
Oh,
just
yeah.
double checking what I'm doing here. So that's yeah. Okay, I can just take this out. Long range and 200. I'll just do this in a way that's okay.
Let's see. High explosive missiles use powerful shaped charged warheads to give infantry long-range anti-armor capabilities. While they are primarily designed to destroy armored vehicles, HE missiles are also very effective against fortifications and weapon emplacements. Yeah, let's go with fucking high explosive. Sounds
I think
baller.
high explosive and plasma might be like the best type for the situation because we want like
Well,
Variety.
also remember, plasma's only medium range. Those are
Yeah.
short range missiles.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Only
I assume
long
like
range.
we have the normal missiles as like the base stats of the
Yeah, I
missile
think
tube, and then
normal is supposed to be like either multi-purpose munitions or just AP.
yeah. So I assumed if we were doing racks of like separate ammo attached to this thing, plasma and high explosive would be good.
How many racks can we grab?
You got 3 advantage and like 2 triumphs. Have you picked anything else specifically to pick up yet?
No, I have not.
Besides, like,
Um,
if we get a thermal detonator, but that's asking much.
well, you already got a thermal
I don't-
detonator.
yeah,
You don't
well.
need more.
No.
Alright.
Okay, and Axe, you don't want any. Do you want to do any of the mods for grenades, or do
We
you
can do
want
the guided
more of
ones,
your
honestly.
grenades and explosives?
Say one more time?
I said, or do you want more copies? Like, do you want to carry more shape charges or armor-piercing grenades?
I couldn't carry more because I couldn't
Okay.
put more in a bag, but
Um,
I would like to have more for later on if needed.
So do you want? Well, okay. So you can either, with the advantage, I'll say you can either double the amount that you get for 3, or you can get some of those, whichever. Like if you want adhesive grenades or whatever it's called.
Oh,
you
the
can
grenade
get-
cling?
Yeah, grenade cling. You can get enough of those mods to cover all your AP grenades.
Sure, there's only gonna be
Yep.
2 of them, but maybe I could probably carry 4 and just leave 2 at base.
Okay, I
Okay.
double checked the plasma missiles, and they don't have anything to do with burn.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's the incendiary. That was
Yeah.
my B. I think plasma's like a more like a short-range anti-infantry option.
Yeah, it's a very. It has
Excuse
Pierce
me.
2, inaccurate 1. Yeah, along with that blast.
And
14,
then
so it's
with
all-
with each triumph, you can get a mag basically of 6 missiles of a type.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll grab some high explosive and a black of high explosive and a rack of. Actually, hang on. No. I'll go with a rack of high explosive and a rack of concussion.
That's fine, yeah.
Crowd control.
Yeah.
crowd control.
All right, but so
Crowd
we'll
control to major bomb.
So we'll load those up. Boots, were you able to get the? You need Nullicane, right?
Yeah, just 2 Nullicane to fill up the bandolier.
Do you have the rarity, or have you been twiddling your thumbs?
I've been twiddling my thumbs like an asshole. Let me go look it up quickly.
And I, in the
Send the
meantime,
otter with the tube. I like it.
Rarity of 2.
All right. So rarity of 4. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's average. So hang on one second here. Where's my other check? Here, I'm just gonna copy that because that's probably fucking faster. Then V. Then remove 2 puz.
Hey.
Let's split that up. Let's go with 4 success, 4 advantage, and have 2 Nullicanes, and let's spend an advantage just to double your fucking Nullicane, just so we don't have to spend time.
All right,
thinking
fair
about
enough.
this.
You can get double your stockpile of Nullicanes.
Yeah,
Always good to have spares.
always good to have spares. You can just leave them on your bunk, I guess.
Basically, your advantage takes the course of like you file out the forms, and then the person handling the forms is like, "Hey, we've actually got like
A
I know you
circle.
you requisitioned 2, but we actually have 4 free. Do you want those extras?" And you're like, "Yes." It doesn't
I'll take
happen
that.
often, but sometimes that is the nature of bureaucracy, where they're like, "Nah, listen, we got to get rid of this Nullicane. It can't sit here."
It's like we have to
Take
cycle
it.
into new stuff, man. Expiration dates.
Fact, it does actually expire, by the way. That is an actual thing about it because it's biological. So
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. What? Yeah.
Omega, was I able to like double the grenades?
no, that was an either or for the 3 advantage. Was
Oh,
to
okay,
double your
'cause I was
grenades or
curious, 'cause,
to
like-
get free
alright.
mods.
All right, then I guess only these two grenades. I have the grenade cling. Is it base mod for them, or is it like they have the?
I believe it's
extra-
HP 0,
Yes.
so you just attach those for free.
I meant base as in like, do they have the thing where they have increased difficulty remove, or just nah?
Oh, you mean like add a mod effect?
Yeah.
No, you'd have to pay the parts and install.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Just asking.
Yeah,
I was-
you get the baseline effect. Device sticks instantly to enemies. Requires athletics to remove.
Are you useful for like a tank or something?
I mean, yeah, basically that's what it's either for people who you think you're not gonna like hit him somehow, or like like a solid object. Because these are AP grenades. Yes, you will probably. That's a very Battlefront thing to run up to an enemy tank and just go.
Or plant a shaped charge to blow up something. Yeah.
Well, I believe. No, shape charges are pre-shaped. I think that's their benefit.
Wait, do I even
Yeah.
have enough to try to make a fucking neural charm? Let me check my money. My
What are
money
you looking
says
for?
yes.
You gonna buy something?
I'm gonna buy something to see if I can make me a neural charm.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good one.
But let's see here, because things are dumb, because I'm pretty sure this shit ain't common. That's rarity 9, which is 4. And here we go. Okay. Thanks. I appreciate.
The Force provides.
It does.
God, a fucking triumph again.
Yeah.
Well, I think the usual way we're handling this tonight is you can either double your materials, so you could have enough materials to make 2, or just pick another alchemy thing you get free materials for.
Oh, I do like trying.
And with your one advantage, you reduce your cost by 5%. Unless you only want to get 1 success and put more into advantage. You could make that 15? That? Or is the... Actually, no, you're buying stuff, it's usually the success is the the decreased price.
Advantage is usually
you want to put that all in success then to get like 10% off.
Yeah, 10% off, which will be needed because this is going to cost me 2,400. So I'll definitely... Or do I want to... Let me double check here. What were the other fun things? We're saying no to protective elements because they're fucking broken. Did we actually talk about that on fucking...
No, I think that was all off mic, but yeah, we looked up some of the talismans, and the protective amulet is bullshit.
It is absolute bullshit. So, I'm gonna read this real quick for everybody. While active, the user may ignore environmental effects such as fire, acid, and corrosive atmospheres. They always act as in standard gravity and may breathe normally underwater and in a vacuum. Weapons with the burn quality do not count as having it when used as a pack target on the user. That is absolute bullshit. I can't handle it.
Yeah, considering that it's on all the time, it doesn't go away. As far, I believe I actually looked up in the source book. It just... Like I said, I get what they're going for, because usually environmental shit like that is, like, brawn-based and stuff, and it came in the Squishy Wizard book, but it's like, man, that's just... Really? Like, you can breathe... You're Batman and can breathe in space type shit.
All right, but no, I'm instead of picking something up different, I will go. I'll double up for neural charm because it's still a daunting fucking
Okay, fair enough.
check to make. So I'll double up on that. That's gonna cost
So
me.
I don't know if you've noticed in chat, but
Marth
has got the you got the cash on that for hand.
Didn't Wev do some betting and make out like a bandit?
Wev probably has cash.
Yeah, I made a bet on your thing, so I got like I made 2,000 turn to 10,000.
Oh yeah, no.
All right, so you got the cash. So yeah, somebody just needs to make the roll.
I will make the roll for you. You're in the.
By the way, you guys are the most metal fucking Jedi. You've got Wevu the heavy gunner, who you're gonna like pawn the missile tube off on, wearing her targeting goggles and flight suit, and you've got Aramaa, the puncher. And actually, honestly, we've been talking about trying to like improve your punching. Like the thing you should do is like figure out some way to like trick out blast knuckles, because that's basically.
Yeah, blast knuckles are awesome.
You know the
They do
you guys
have that
know
in
like punch pistols or the ballistic fist from Fallout.
Yeah.
It's basically that. It's a short range blaster knuckle.
Oh.
In your knuckle. You can't do strain damage with it, but it gives you a setup for like adding a lot of weird tech.
I wonder what it would take to merge it with a crush gun.
The blast knuckles actually cause a strain to the wielder.
Oh, I'd totally do that. Don't you know the strain train I'm already on?
You could totally do a thing where like
it's a weird one.
I wonder if we could mod it where the crush gun has a blaster knuckle variant.
No, they're crush guns. They're literally ancient Mandalorian badass gloves. No.
Okay, we can't add giant like pulsers.
Yeah, when I was looking through I think one of the blasters has this thing that is just once you strike a target, will inflict 1 wound after that, like per round for 2 rounds.
All right, but let me roll.
And this has like 4 damage anyhow. That's weird.
Sorry, I tried to do something and I accidentally tapped over to what Loth showed me again. So now I have flashed them again.
Am I gonna have to test out the YouTube blur feature?
No, it's not that bad.
Of course,
Okay.
apparently some of the Like the vibe of chainsaw is just like get a spare. The thing just
2, 3,
flourishes
4, 5,
around
6,
and hits the user.
Yes, correct. You're not supposed to use a chainsaw that way.
So counting all of my weight, I'm at 22 out of 25.
All right, so let's drop.
That's. I mean, that's a lot of fucking weight, but also it's not like you.
It
you
would have
got
been
room
4
spare,
more
too.
if not for the bag, so thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Because you're already carrying fucking 23 worth of stuff. It's ludicrous that you would have to like.
Yeah,
fuck that up
counting
even
the 2
further.
for my armor, plus the 3. It's like
Encumbrance is-
that's counting
25%
everything from like jetpack to air, and like the RL, like the repulsor just in case.
Okay.
and you
actually,
just have a default jetpack, right? You don't have like a rocket
It's the
launcher
thing.
jetpack.
It was the thing on the Mandalorian thing, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was just a jetpack.
6 of that's the rifle, so I technically could just drop that if I want to like cut some weight off. But
Is that actually four?
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You may decide you want to shoot people from a long way off. You
No,
are
I
going
mean-
in the woods.
I more mean drop it in a time of needing to move.
Oh,
fast.
okay. Like if you need to call some shit, sure. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what you wanted, right?
It's yeah. If it's 7, that would actually be hard because it's 6, 7 is hard.
Is it?
Yeah.
6, 7?
Well, I mean, you rolled a blank purple. It didn't actually matter.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's still there. So 25%.
Because it's 0, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3.
25%.
We always forget the 0.
You always forget the 0.
Okay,
Oh.
25% is still good. So
All right. Well, I would like to try and make this neural charm. I've decided it's gonna look like a sweet headband that looks like it has glowing circuitry around it, embedded on it. It's gonna look cool. I
Well,
tried
I'm
to
gonna
lab.
say
So
that
you're making a headband, so you're gonna need to compose a haiku.
Yeah, probably.
Is it just gonna replace the thing you're wearing over your eyes anyway?
Yeah, it is. But I'm gonna have to compose a haiku. So when Aramaa is going to meditate on knowledge.
Holocron headbands.
Well, hang on. Well, first I gotta see if I make it. If I make it, I will literally make a haiku and I will embroider it on the inside of this fucking headband. It might take me a little while, but I'll have it done before the session is over. Let's see here. But so to make a neural charm, it is a
It's good that we're getting all the shopping out of the way because Loth keeps
Yeah.
exploding.
yes.
It's probably gonna take like an hour. So
neural charm.
We're
it is,
already at an hour of recording.
I mean, we're taking an hour in full.
it's
one
a daunting discipline or knowledge or check, which means I have y, and then I have no schematics for this or anything fancy. And then for first dice, and roll. That's a big no. All right, that's out the door, and that's 8 hours gone. Whoosh. Wait, no, 6
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, take 2 strain. We'll call it a take 2.
Strain.
You didn't actually build anything, so I won't bother with the dark pips.
But that's probably it for today with shopping and that. So
I mean, Wevu went into surgery and then has to sit in a back to tank for 14 hours.
oh, okay. I guess I do got nuts.
Like half a day, yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll try again.
Like, I'm expecting probably based on timing, since I think she went into the tank right away, you're probably... Like, she'll probably actually get out in, like, the middle of the night or something at this rate,
Wow.
so...
Yeah.
Still no.
Golly gee willikers, that's
Wow.
another 3. Okay,
Oh wait, hang on a second though.
what?
Oh, yeah, you failed 2 checks.
Yeah, give me these back.
Kill with that karma.
Yeah. I basically bought 2 destiny points for fucking 2K.
Not that bad.
3.
That's bad. Something's gonna explode.
Yeah, it does. Hold on. It's just plus crit, right? Yeah, it literally blows up in your face.
Oh no.
You have taken an average crit.
Roll. Oh, there it is. Agonize
Oh
me.
no! And it's the one that she needs.
Well,
Well, it's only to the end of the
counters
encounter,
already
so basically it's... That part doesn't stick. That wasn't actually that effective, but yeah, you got a crit sitting on you as you're in a
Yeah.
horrible industrial accident.
Ah.
Magic.
Ah.
guess I'm going to have to go to medbay.
I'm sure you'll find whenever Loth exists again. I'm sure you'll find Boots there counting his Nellicane. 1, 2, 3.
3 Nellicane. Well, apparently I wasn't able to meditate on knowledge, so I'm gonna have to. I mean, I wasn't even able to succeed enough to like make a fucking schematic. Damn.
No, you got full blown, which is weird because you rolled
Yeah.
full force dice and 3 yellows. But the audience can see that, so yeah, that was a little spicy.
A little spicy.
It's kind of why like I know people give me shit for it, but it's like why I keep like trying to do more of the armor crafting because it's like this is kind of what happens sometimes.
Yeah. No. That's. Yeah, but unlike you, I don't harp about it constantly. I'm like, oh, this is what happened. All right, move on.
Yeah, this is one. Yeah.
I mean, I just keep trying. So.
Well, we can't keep trying because that was 12 hours.
Yep.
No, yeah.
All right. So.
I noticed, Axe, you have not tried to build anything that takes you more than like 8 hours to do your build because of reasons. So.
All right. So.
Okay.
Well, I will go. Maybe. How exploded is Loth? Oh, he's still exploded.
Yeah, I think he's still Bird. I mean, we got some team medics who can take a chance at it. It's only an average.
Yeah, I'll take. Oh, excuse me. Let's have NPC. medic.
Yeah. Let's assume int 3, medicine 2, average. Give him a boost because you're in a facility. Yeah, you're fine.
I'm fine. Okay, I'm gonna remove it now. Oh. Well, I basically did. Oh, well, I guess I should. I'm not gonna get Blast Knuckles, but I guess I'll look at Blast Knuckles and see what that might do. Blast Knuckles. +4, 4 crit, 2 hard points. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if you might be able to rejigger that one.
If we have this time, I'm gonna try to do
Ooh,
the augment armor again.
Inaccurate 1.
Yeah, I mean, Arama's Wevu's literally out of commission for 14 hours, and Aramaa has basically confirmed she's doing 12 of that by trying to figure out haiku and fucking it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, as cool as the
Is it 757 or 575?
And unfortunately, she went to mind empty, no thoughts, and fucked up.
Well, I'm gonna do the check again. So let's see how
Alright.
it goes.
What set are you trying to work on?
Augmentive.
Okay.
That is just actually that's customizable because augmentive takes like 120 hours. So actually, that takes more time to actually work on that.
I mean, it won't be 120 hours, but what do we clock it? It was like the better part of a day for you to cruise to the Badlands.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to take a slight detour and go twice as far. You're probably gonna be on the road for I'm gonna call it a solid 48 hours already.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
That would just like
if
5
that helps your
check.
time budget.
Honestly, I might try the customizable, and if that goes, I'll just like then start the augmentive because the customizable is only 16. I could probably break that down.
Sure. Okay.
Aramaa blew herself up with alchemy.
Oh.
I better
I
spend a
see.
discipline point.
Honestly, and also looking at
because
the...
he stepped away, I had an NPC medic fixer, but yeah.
Yeah, actually, looking at the Blast Knucks, they're cool, but the Crush Guns do just as much damage, take half as much to crit, and they have a slew of interesting things. Which is the bane of Omega sometimes, because like, oh yeah, I can't, like, as he says constantly, oh yeah, I can't pick your fucking gauntlets. Like, nope.
Cortros is fun.
It is fun.
Okay. Alright, so on
It's
the
a lot of
chart,
points.
so at least I do it. It's
And
the
you
same
got
thing, same as
Triumph.
last time.
I mean, you got one Triumph. Oh wait, you're doing a crafting check. I was just gonna hand you a strain. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I get to actually do something fun too.
Yeah.
Okay, armor crafting.
Did I already make a
Thorax.
schematic of this already? I forget.
I don't think because you've only rolled pure successes is the problem.
Yeah.
So I don't think you've not been able to do a schematic. So you could
I could just do a schematic right
create
now.
a schematic to permanently reduce the difficulty by 1.
Make this only easy, to make it a simple, easy check, yeah.
You can create 2.
I don't need 2.
Yeah, you guys are gonna rest for a long period. Exhausting effort's not worth it. So, let's go with heavy. Increase the armor's encumbrance by +1.
Alright.
You know what I need to make? I need to make
Make the
a
encumbrance 3, which is not that bad.
Oh, sorry. I'll just type
What's
it.
up?
I need to make a fucking portable alchemy lab.
Yeah, you could do gear work, especially because we have homebrewed that one a little bit.
Yeah, but let me. Well, like I said, I'll wait till, like I said, after 12 hours and get a bone the fuck up. I'm taking a bit of downtime, so we'll see.
Holy shit! I have 3 blanks on that.
Yeah, you got a bad roll.
Mm-hmm.
You still rolled a success and a triumph, though. You got 1 triumph, which counts as success triumph. So
Yeah, which just means like I could just
so it
scrap
takes you
this
the full
and-
time. But all right,
scrap
Loth,
it.
you're here, right?
Yes, that me.
Okay. One of these people has been in a back to tank for 14 hours, and the other 2 are building things for 12 and 16 hours, respectively. Do you want to do anything with your free time?
Do I want to do anything with my free time?
Do you have some weird version of crafting? Do you want me to homebrew fucking pharmaceutical crafting rules so you can make drugs in your free time with medicine?
No, I think what Boot's gonna do while these guys are bumbling around is probably actually go visit the person he injured. Yeah, sure, they'll probably be in a back to take or whatever, but to at least personally put down the credits for that.
All right, let's see here.
All right, check in.
Otherwise, he will still feel guilty for all of this.
All right, fair enough. All right.
It's an easy
So Boots
check.
builds his character arc, while Aramaa and Camo are just like in the crafting bay, clank clank clank. Yeah, Aramaa misses the quick time event and just explodes.
Yeah, so I guess what I want to do is basically be able to. It would be a simple tool because I basically want to be able to use alchemy without a lab. I guess you choose general skill.
Do you use discipline for your alchemy?
Yes, I can use either
Okay.
discipline or lore.
Well, yeah, so that's what I'm going to ask because discipline is a general skill, so it does count
Yes.
for the people at home. And what did we say? Did we say we have the?
Yeah, we have the starting encumbrance. So if it'll be a simple tool, it'll be 2 encumbrance. And-
Unless you can roll to fix.
Yes, but it's, let's see here. I will, since I am not the greatest at mechanics, I will go do some quick shopping here. For let's get 3 sets of simple tools. That'll be 150, 31. So that'll be an easy check key. BB. Ah.
Oh, there you go.
Damn.
Yeah, okay, 9, that's 40% off. Let me... 300, that's right, because I'm buying 3.
So 30.
Yes.
Honestly, that one makes sense, right? You're trying to build portable alchemy lab, basically, or
Yeah.
build an alchemy kit.
Yeah,
So yeah, you of course you can find all the components you need.
Alright, so...
For the cheapo.
And then... Since we have a plethora of them now, I have to make and then that's going to be roll. I can only use with my intelligence. Yaga. But it's only an easy mechanics check to make. Actually, Camo, don't you have some things that give you blue to making shit?
Yeah, but it's custom kits. I'm not sure if it works.
Okay,
for
no,
everyone.
it won't work.
Yeah, the
For
custom
me.
toolkit. Do you have the? Did you not get intelligence toolbox right? But you have the scav
I've been
kit?
trying to get that. That's just like promise with the modifier. That's like rank rarity 10.
Then...
That makes it half the time though.
Well, shoot, I don't got anywhere to go. Can I double the time and add a blue?
Yeah, sure. You
Uh,
can aim. You can carefully craft.
And... I don't know, if I have to start making more alchemy tools, I'll think about it later. But for now, we'll do this.
Actually, well, here's a question. Do you want to... This is basically you're keeping your time up, right? Like, you're not going anywhere yet. This is just still in your next day.
Yes.
Okay.
But let's see here.
All right, you're 60.
Excuse you! Alright, so, real talk. I'm laughing a little bit here because I could totally put an inbuilt weapon into my
You could choose a weapon of E2 or lower
I'm about
that you own.
Yeah, you can put your alchemy kit into your.
Oh, the phase knives.
No. Camo, give me a grenade. I'm gonna turn this into a self-detonating kit. Fuck this.
Wait a second.
Like, wait a minute.
That
This
doesn't sound like
isn't
a
a-
good idea.
This is an alchemy kit. It's a grenade.
Oh.
You want a stun grenade? Because I only have like stun ion.
No, it's fine. I'm not doing that. I'm just
Okay.
laughing about it.
No, it's just
What
funny.
you need to do is just lightly grate your thermal detonator above your concoction.
All right, so I get 2 advantage.
You can
Oh!
Viridian.
That's
So what I'm
insane.
going to do, because I find this actually kind of funny. I'm gonna go with safety features. I'm gonna put that on my alchemy lab. It adds an automatic advantage to checks with the general skill chosen for this tool.
That
So
sounds
basically,
great.
I'm like, I don't want this to explode on me. Let's put in some redundancy.
Actually, could I make a toolkit of my own?
Oh yeah, I think didn't you make a compact toolkit?
Yeah, you made it like a super one.
I made a multi-tool, yeah.
And
It's very
then-
basic, but you made
But
one. Yeah.
then he gave it to, I think, Cavis?
Did he?
'Cause you bought a
Yeah,
couple
and yeah, because then I just bought a multi-tool, I think.
Okay.
And then,
Actually, I should try to make a better one
for
now.
my triumph, I'm going to go because honestly, I don't need a fucking inbuilt welt in my lab, and I can't pick superior graphic shit. I'm gonna go with lessons learned, which will reduce the difficulty of the character's next crafting check by 1.
Oh, don't you mean trying for the 3 and the 2 for lessons learned?
Yes. Excuse me.
Okay.
Opposite way. Yes. Safety
Yeah.
features is 3. Lessons learned
Yeah.
is 2.
Yeah. It just mixed up. That happens.
And now I have what I will call the portable alchemist lab.
Yay!
Yay!
I could
You-
make specialist
you
tool
can
actually
make
for
discipline
crafting.
treks to craft without any concern.
Yes. Because honestly, that's one of those things. That's all like, you can't just brew potions in the middle of nowhere. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You need the stuff. You need the beakers.
You need the beakers, you need the flames, you need the
And
ingredients.
now that
You
you've
need
added
the
safety
hammer.
features, this is like you've got your fucking oven mitts.
Wearing proper PPE.
I imagine it just comes in like it's a small like messenger bag with like
Because you kept it E2, so
so it's like
Lucky other
but yeah.
it's basically a small messenger bag that has like it's like a doctor's bag. I think that's a better way to put it.
A rollout kit.
Yeah.
You've got, compact pestilent mortar, beakers, vials, and stuff for mixing,
Mhm.
little burner.
Mhm.
And it's
I've
got
just-
like you said, gloves and goggle. Well, not
Yeah.
goggle probably, but some kind of face shield. Yeah, what's up?
Let's remove.
Lucky, I'm gonna give you some money. I need to make some parts because I want to make a specialist tool for like for mechanics.
Specialist tool.
Specialist tool. It is 400 rarity 4.
Yeah,
It
400 would
basically
be
says
like
choose a general skill, add an automatic success. 2 checks with that skill. Examples
Keep
are
in mind that even with the halving, that's still
4.
E4.
yeah.
Which I do believe makes sense because the examples are back to tank, scanner dish, saw, welding gear.
Yeah,
How much
I'm
money?
trying to make like modding kit.
Oh, hang on, actually, hang on. I gotta mark that I spent money for. I can still make 2 more tools. I should keep that in mind. Because I didn't actually expect to do so great on my first roll.
Yeah.
Simple tool, X2. Wait, no, X3. I just used 1, but that was minus 180. And how many attempts are you trying to buy there, Camo?
2.
2. So let me do more roll. Let me pull it up.
And considering I have like that salvaging device,
6.
I can technically, if they both go bad, I can just do a
6,
third
6.
attempt because I get half of it back.
6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's hard? Yes. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna throw in a couple on my end as well.
But some specialist tool?
Yeah, I might as well. If he's gonna be crafting, I might as well try too.
Because I'm gonna make my own version of a toolkit essentially for, or I guess like, can I
No,
use it with a
toolkit would be
toolkit?
simple tool. Like
Yeah,
in
okay.
this case, you're building like this. This is probably your specific mod toolkit. Like
Yeah.
this has like Actually, it's a good question. Do you have something you call an armorer's toolkit? Because if not, this is what this probably is. 'Cause
Yeah,
this
probably.
is like special tools for like maintaining and modifying weapons, armor, etc.
Yeah, it'd be like an armory. It'd be like an armory kit.
Hey, Boots, do you want to build your own medical kit? That's cool. A cool med kit.
Don't I already have a med kit?
Well, you have a
There's
standard
a lot
med
of
kit,
med kits,
but do you want to make a cool?
Actually, I
med-
think
You want a
didn't
you want a
he
med- you
find
want
a
an operating
doctor's
table?
kit? I think he has his own doctor's bag as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold
Or
on.
let
Let
me
me...
carry, I think, more pharmaceuticals, I think.
But anyway, yeah, let's just drop all that fucking advantage. That'll be 25% off. Hang on.
No, for what you need to do is for Boots' birthday, Camo needs to make you a new med kit
the
that has a
best-
gun in it.
There's blackjack and hookers.
No, it's gonna have a bomber girl on the side of it as a nurse, playing blackjack.
It's gonna be a pinup girl, except she's wearing a clone trooper helmet.
I'm pretty sure that pinup girl exists.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
probably should too. But hang on, 1600.
Also, that's another thing I don't think well, I think we talked about it earlier, but because our only recurring female character was Aramaa, we decided that was a bad idea. But no, clones literally do paint pinup girls on like gunships and stuff.
I think we made the joke that Aramaa literally wouldn't care, but it better be damn sexy or she's gonna be upset.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, like
I'm pretty sure at one point I'm gonna just go up to the side of Sierra Mobile and there's just gonna be just pinup girl Aramaa on the side and just be all like, and Armand's just gonna be sipping like, oh, I can't actually sip.
there you go.
There we go. But not gonna say anything.
They made my nose a bit bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah, because everyone gets a good look at Aramaa's assets during PT. She doesn't like go into full garb. She has athletic equipment, athletic clothes.
Alright. Let's try to make this, I guess.
But yeah, let me see here. So specialists to start at 10 hours, by the way.
10 hours.
Yes,
It's only average. It's not bad. Alright.
and it's average. And if he's taking the 10 hours, I might as well take the 10 hours as well.
See how this goes. Okay.
Well, that's 10 hours gone.
Can I use the
Add
advantage
four
for anything,
advantage.
or is it not?
Yeah, it's got a table.
Alright.
What do you got on that? So you can spend 3 of that advantage, and you have your salvage kit to literally not lose any of the materials you used.
Yeah,
And
I could.
practice makes perfect.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, or then try a kind of 2 boosts.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, you can
just-
still do it with 1 boost because you got 4 advantage. So you could go practice makes perfect for 1, and then 3 on efficient construction, and basically be like,
Yeah.
you've got 50% of the supplies and 50% of the supplies back.
Yeah, I'm also using. Yeah, which I mean. Okay, yeah, I can't use the Desert Cool Kit for that. Yeah.
Well, you've failed, so you can't use it for anything right now.
I mean, my other the toolkit I already have.
All right, let's see here. So I have reduced the difficulty. That's this one, so it goes down to easy.
Okay.
I use the light type to upgrade. I do not want to spend 20 hours on this, so I will not take my time.
No, but you did last time do lessons learned.
Yeah,
You
so,
already got that.
so
and
it's going to be
you spent a
Yaga
Desert point.
Puss. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to fail, but we'll see here.
Never know what will happen.
Success and advantage. Well, 2 success, 1 advantage.
So I believe that means I can make
So you do actually chew.
2 hours. I think it's out of it.
Yeah.
So it
was
goes down
2
to
hours
8.
per success.
I have 1, so I can reduce the encumbrance by 1, which is just about it. So I can make it a 3. Now let's see, what would an encumbrance 3 specialist alchemy tool be?
I think
Probably
Special
like a
Strength-
crucible or something.
Yeah. Actually, I'm like I'll come up with something, but I'm gonna go look at cool alchemy stuff.
Simple tool starts at 4, special starts at 8, and precision starts at 5.
Yeah,
Nope,
no, but
Axe is dumb. He does not listen.
nope. We homebrewed it, remember, because these items are way too big for this like the intended purposes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about like weeks
Yeah,
ago.
so
Yeah, like
we-
8 for specialists, 4 for the.
Yeah,
Yep.
no. Like it's especially considering like I think they put scanner goggles and precision. They put like scanner goggles and thermal cloak on here. Those are not E5. They're not. I think they're like E1 if anything. And I get obviously yes, you could spend a shitload of advantage, but what happens if Lucky rolled actually a pretty decent check? You can all see it. You know, it was yellow green perp. You only got 1 advantage and 2 success. What are you gonna do?
Oh, by the way, I don't know why I had the hardest fucking time finding it, but yeah, I do have a physician's kit, which counts as a med kit and adds advantage and boosts to
Okay.
Yeah.
medicine check.
Yeah. So
I
yeah, you
don't
already
know-
have a. You already probably have a cooler kit.
You got that from the space station. I remember.
From the space station, yeah. It was just funny because I'm like looking through my sheet repeated, like where is it? I'm like, oh, it's highlighted because there's a comment in it, and for some reason I couldn't see it.
I'm gonna try
Oh.
again now.
His eyes don't see. Okay. Okay. Are you gonna try it again though? Because that's another 10 hours. The
Yes.
recording has been going for like
Yeah.
an hour and a half, and you guys
Yeah.
have been crafting
Okay.
for
I
I
wanna
think
be on the
almost 24
road.
hours.
Webu's
Like,
just probably out by
Webu's
now.
been
Just,
out of the. Webu's been waiting for you to let her out of the tank for like 8 hours. No, I'm kidding.
Webu's
But
just
seriously, like, yeah.
Okay,
You guys
okay,
have spent a
okay.
lot of
Actually,
time on this. Are you actually gonna do it? Because you do have time on the road, but you haven't said you're leaving yet.
Okay.
Actually,
I'll
that's
do it
a-
on the road.
Actually,
Fair enough.
Actually, if I'm doing it on road, I think I might do something for survival. Because, Omega, for alchemy items, is it possible for me to scavenge the materials out in the wilds using survival checks?
Probably, because the thing about the alchemy is a weird type of crafting because it literally only works for you, basically, right?
Mhm.
Like if you people who do the exact same thing you do but don't have force dice don't do anything.
Mhm.
So yes, you would probably be able to find the components because at least some of it is like mind over matter type shit.
Okay. I feel like I should make some Chinese-ass novel gourd E3 that's just like, yeah, no, it just makes things better.
I mean, you can. Like I said, this is literally mumbo jumbo. This is giving you bonuses on discipline checks to do stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call it the alchemy gourd.
And also, technically, just making it for alchemy is underselling you a little. You can also probably use that for discipline for like if you have to make a discipline check as part of force powers. Like, these are tools, but are also focus items basically,
Oh, okay.
because it's any roll with a general skill. Hey,
Oh.
guess what? I don't think the game designers planned on you. This game started in Edge of Empire book. I don't think they thought about the fact that discipline is a general skill, and under the crafting rules, force wizards can make things to give them free success on discipline and shit.
That sounds great.
it's like, why?
Well, yeah, so I'll make
It's
a...
different than Genesis that gives you like magic focus items that increase your base damage with spells, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of those clear things where like I don't think they intended for this disconnect, but it's all
Okay, so it's pretty much the grinding and hammers and whatnot, and then there's also focusing crystals.
Not very much.
Aramaa's got her Geo crystals.
Cute.
Damn it!
All right, so I'm not going to bring this draw to fire because I realize setting myself on fire will probably make me very not happy.
Fair enough.
Does anyone else want to draw? Wait, no, don't. I don't want you to set yourself on fire either. That also probably set me off.
What?
One of the things I made randomly was the draw to fire. But by the way, it is it's fortifying, long lasting. It was sloppy browning, but it was also empowered by evil.
Yeah, it's an evil rod of fire.
It doesn't have the little burn A or something.
It basically for like it
burn rate equal to your attack.
Yeah, but so never mind on that. Actually, I'm sorry.
Melee.
I'm going through my stuff. I'm like, all right, what do I not want to bring? My audio visual translator, it's always super useful. Binders, canteen, my concealable holsters, utility belt, lower bearing harness, my Marco Tato data pad, which has the insider's guide and cultural etiquette guide built into it. Some belt pouches, my backpack, the row. I fucking love the row. The urban compass. Urban compass is useful. I don't think we're gonna be necessarily camping a lot, so we really won't need any camping gear. This is what we have fucking Sierra Mobile for. 3 stim packs, one loaded into my armor. Yeah, so me redo some math here. Actually,
this is a good point. I just look at the full edit of what Marth said. Like, where we just stares at people. What's all this for? I don't know if in character Aramaa has actually told anybody what they're doing because you haven't left yet.
oh, that's true.
Like, I think Camo is just crafting because he doesn't have anything else to do.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so, well, I guess once you get out, I will give you the rundown. It's like, oh, what, feeling better?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like I was thinking about while I was on fire and meditating while in there, so I was spending my time.
Sorry, Arnold. Just...
Well, not boredom, since meditation is not boring for me. So what's up? What are we doing?
Well, we've been using the time. Master Lago has given us our next mission. We're going to be heading over to the Aramaa looks at a map. The Efiana Parish and the Abriska Delta area. Apparently, there's been accounts of either attacks or vandalism, but on a very
random property damage.
Like the scales, we have sent some scouts and some interceptors, and they've been shot down. So there has been a bit of alarm. We're currently setting out to take Sierra Mobile out. We've been loading up. If you don't mind, this might be a good opportunity for your Crimson Lightning boys to get out there and get a little bit of far-reaching action. I know they haven't really done much besides our patrol route. Actually, I should probably put on this fucking map our patrol routes, patrol areas.
Oh, get Moorhead. Right.
Moorhead?
The clone guy that is in Crimson Lightning is Moorhead. I'll get Moorhead to get a couple of his vehicle guys to come out.
Yeah, we'll so we're gonna be loading up a couple swoop bikes for scouting. But if you want to bring a couple of those saber tanks along, that'd be super appreciated.
I think it's probably a good idea since I'm guessing. Yeah.
All right. So
Ariel's probably ruled out until we take out whatever is targeting them.
That's a very good point. I will. Wevu will turn the map around. Not Wevu. Aramaa will turn the map around. It's like, yeah, see, we're here on the map. We have to get into, she draws a line, like all the way to around the parish, and we're gonna have to go around the Badlands. They're Badlands. But thankfully, we have a forward outpost in the Carlani Valley, so we can stop by there, make sure we top off, and make our way on. We're still looking at probably 2 to 3 days travel.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can practice whatever, just keep everyone in line gun rate just in case there's surprises.
You sure you don't want to drive the giant wheel tank?
I'm probably
You don't have to. It's like we can
I could do either depending on if we need to change drivers out.
Oh, like I said, the offer's open. It's a bit. Honestly, I took it out for a spin. I almost flipped it, but it was real fun. Don't tell Camo. But as I said, we're starting preparations. I've been studying a lot of the Bandagora texts that we require, and they were actually pretty well versed in alchemy. I've been turning it more to my parents, so I've been spending some time on making a more portable lab, so I don't have to run all the way back to Liquid Sunshine every time I want to make something interesting. I was actually able to find a recipe for what they are calling an energy potion, which might be super useful. Unfortunately, I don't have the materials, so I may, when we stop for the night, go see if I can find some materials. I think the text says that there might be some good substitutes out in the greenery. I don't know.
I can help you.
I'd appreciate that. I know nothing about plants.
What is Webu's analogy and what is Webu's survival? Nothing.
Camo!
Yes, boss. As he leans around the corner.
Yes.
He crawls out from his crafting bench.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! He just rolls out on one of those fucking mechanic benches, just underneath something.
Yeah, he's just on the rollers.
Yeah. All right.
I was here the entire time. I was actually the floor.
Camo, make sure to inform the boys. Get the usuals. We're gonna be setting out in. Let's see. We're on day 2, right? We can probably set out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Ask you, Camo. Do you have anything pressing you need to do?
Search his mind. Search his mind.
You built some stuff, but I don't know if you need to do anything.
All right. Wow. This
Currently, I don't think so.
All right. Good. Then get the boys. Get the boys. Tell them we're going on a road trip. We're going to the. Well, actually, we're probably not actually going to the beach, but we're gonna go see the farm. Make sure Captain Shark know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, like you heard that this place used to be a tourist destination.
Well, actually, yeah. We're going on a road trip. We're gonna go see the sights.
The sites of the fire canyons.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they call them the fire canyons? I don't actually know.
Either they're very hot or they're on fire.
And then one guy just says, patrolling solar levels makes you wish for nuclear
A
winter.
nuclear winter.
Oh man.
Iridium winter.
All right, so there's
Can't
that.
even make this machine.
Yeah, I think I'm done crafting for now.
I'm gonna wait till we get back. Till we get on mobile.
Yeah, like I said, you're probably gonna have like 48 hours of riding.
Is it 2 days or is it more of like a day and then like a day and some because it's 28 hours per solo day?
Yeah, it's actually probably like a day and change because like we said Solo does have an optimal hour schedule.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Though that as discussed, that does probably mean that technically you guys can get more done in a day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to remember we are on a military station. We can't just spend all
Yeah.
day crafting.
Yeah.
You have to have some duties.
No.
It just means we have more time to like
Well,
actually
yeah,
build logistic stuff.
I think basically the way we're gonna discuss what happened is Aramaa gets her mission. You probably spent your first maybe couple of hours basically in that shopping spree in the hitting up the bureaucracy, and then while you were waiting for them to get your forms and fill out your dispensations, and wait for Wevu anyway, you started working on your stuff, and then you had new priorities come up, and basically you know, like a day later you're like, oh yeah, hold on, we got to start the mission.
All
Where's
right.
Boots go? And you see Boots got a day pass. And you got to wait.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I'll be back eventually.
I will
Hey,
leave.
it's just a day pass, buddy.
We ain't going. I think I will. I will leave Nyla's lightsaber here. For now.
Oh yeah, the remains.
Okay.
So that was.
I think we should start getting motion.
Is everybody ready? Are you
Yes.
packed? You got your snacks?
I have my stuff.
Ready to go to the bathroom? Okay, cool. Because I actually have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh.
He
All
debated
right,
us.
I'm gonna pause recording. Woo.
Everyone is trying to search up food right now.
Okay, we're back. All right.
Okay.
Are you guys? You got everything ready to go? Where you picked all your stuff? Know what you're
Yes.
taking?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I will not make you roll anything to go places. It's a
Yeah.
long road trip. You know where you're going.
Yeah.
But it will take you some time. It'll
Yeah.
take you, roughly 2-ish days worth of travel.
Yes.
Depending on what pace, how fast Aramaa wants to go, and
Oh.
How fast?
Well, like I said, let's go.
What's our max speed on it?
Our max speed is on. Well, we're probably gonna have to go as slow as the slowest vehicle, which is probably the tank.
Yeah.
I mean, not the tank.
Yeah.
Well, it is a tank, but the Juggernaut, and its speed is scrolling up. Speed
max
3.
speed 3. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like speed 3 is literally like pedal to the metal. So I guess speed 2. I guess.
And
Okay.
I think the tank, anyways, is probably max speed 3.
The Saber thing actually gets speed.
Yeah.
4.
Sabers are speed 4. They're fast attack.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
because they're they're speeder tanks.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
we'll go speed 2 because, as I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't think we're necessarily in a huge rush.
Yeah, not a rush where we don't really know that.
The
We don't be slow about it though.
yeah, I would say you don't want to like slow roll it, but the way Master Lago pitched the situation to you is we're dealing with a lot of unknown unknowns here,
Don't rush it.
Yeah.
and yeah, and he did not pressure Aramaa to like rush into danger, and Aramaa was like, you know, you've learned your lesson about blindly charging into the enemy. That's how you get booped in the snoot. That's how you get punched by a Rancor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it makes perfect sense for you to slow roll a little, you know, shake up the kinks. You're doing a joint unit operation, so you know, you've got to do all that. The speeder tanks probably follow in a column behind you, you know, so that any physical obstructions that might make it hard for the repulsors to get over is cleared out. You guys lay on the horn, so you know any wild animals can get the fuck out of your way.
Move, bitch.
All right. So
You know, since you're not full burning, it's a fairly comfortable ride. Like if you guys have seen the turbo tank, the Juggernaut, yeah, no, this baby's got like enormous shocks. You know, the wheels don't have tires; they are just solid metal, which also means they're hard as hell to damage. So it's really hard to get a mobility kill. So yeah, no, it's a relatively even ride. You know, the area around the outpost is basically flat mud plain, which again, the way the wheels in this thing are designed, it clears no problem. And then Carlani Valley is pretty dense ground cover, but you guys know the area, like it's a lowlands.
we actually have map data, accurate map data. I think where is that?
Yeah, no, you guys Pathfindered that zone.
Yeah, so I think we get a blue. Well, I'm trying to remember for what though. Yes,
Probably
blue.
two.
One blue survival due to accurate map data. That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you guys know this region pretty well. Any enemy fortifications and tank traps have long been disassembled. Probably by the end of your first day, you guys can roll out to the outpost, park, refuel, resupply, check in with the guys there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
In the time of that, can I just?
yeah, sure.
use the
You wanna do your check? I'll
quickly
just
do
I'll
this.
just pre-tell you that those guys are like full blown nothing to report.
Cool.
All quiet.
We'll take a break, I guess. Let everyone get
Okay.
out, stretch,
Hmm.
and then let's see here.
5, do some stretch, do some muster out. Make sure nothing's broken. Do some maintenance. Wash off the tank. Double check all the speeder tanks. No big problems.
I made it, but I guess it the cuts off like 6 hours. It's only 6 hours.
Kit.
Okay, so
Which was
that's the
this, which was
survival.
this build next?
Hmm?
Which build was this?
Oh, this was the specialist tool for the mechanics. I wonder if I could use it
Yeah,
making
I'm
it
just
even better
back
version.
I look at that roll. It's just like, wait, is that survival or mechanics? And it's like, then
No,
you're
it's
talking about
mechanics.
mechanics.
Yeah, he's basically while you guys are riding around in the command deck, Camo's in the hold with his tools, because you've got, like you said, you deliberately cut into the passenger capacity to give this place like ready rooms, work rooms, stuff like that.
Yep.
It's a mobile base. So.
I have material for more to try one more
Mhm.
time, so let's see how that goes.
And you're not really pathfinding, so it's not like Camo's needed at the front or anything.
Yeah.
1,
It took 6 hours.
2.
I'm gonna try one more time. If I can. So for this case, I only can use one extra tool, right?
6.
For what?
For a mechanics check, if I'm using the toolkit and I can't use the specialist tool.
No, you can.
7,
They do different
Alright.
things.
Oh, okay.
9.
The issue with using multiple tools is usually you can't carry that many tools because they're heavy.
I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it here at the base for this
Sure.
case.
That's 9.
But yeah, you
That's
can
the
take the special
stim
tool,
pack.
which is for mechanics.
2 consumable
So you
holsters.
guys are getting ready to roll up. Do you actually? I mean, you've left, so you can't do any kind of research. But is there anything you want to ask about the situation beforehand here?
Yeah. Let's ask if. Well, they said that there's nothing.
Yeah, they say nothing to report. You want to dig into that any?
Yeah. Let's just see if there has been any, are there road we're not necessarily pathfinding, but there's not exactly a road from,
Yeah, no. Sohaliv does not have a formalized road system. There's no interstate. It's not that developed. Usually, long range travel is done by river routes.
Mhm.
Boats or water speeders. And people, there are game trails and speeder trails, but they're all like dirt, mud, cobbled kind of stuff.
So I technically I made 2 of them in 8 hours. Or yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 6.
But that second one's heavy.
Yeah. I might just remake. I might just
You might have to like throw out.
reconvert it. Try again.
But yeah, so you guys are probably, for the sake of it, because you're in a giant fucking RV tank. You're in a land ship, which is a good way to put it. You're just crossing overland because you don't give a fuck. You're the cops. Probably the best kind of infrastructure Solid has about this is it'll have like marked air lanes for airspeeder traffic and space line. Let's see. What would the survey post somebody give me an average streetwise or knowledge warfare
Okay then.
to talk to people about stuff.
I was done like before we got anywhere. So yeah.
Chemical gourd is 3, 4. Nice.
Hey, just 2 success.
Okay, with warfare, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, Boots knows the tactical playbook. He knows to ask the right questions and kind of double check. And it seems like, no, they're not. Obviously, they wouldn't lie to you per se, but it's still clones are still people, so sometimes they can misinterpret things or be wrong. But he actually examines their stuff, and it looks like, it does actually appear like this far south, all things are actually quiet. This front has successfully died down since you removed their forward base.
Okay.
They've actually, policed up everything. They've done decent attempts at environmental reconstruction, but, there are only so many guys, so mostly you're just letting nature take its course.
Okay.
There are probably like maybe, I think it's been like probably more like 4 or 5 months. Just in terms of like raw downtime. Like some of the stuff they may not have been able to get out of here, so like you might roll through the jungle and see like a separatist AAT tank, just turned into a frog monkey nest, right? Like just nature ate that tank.
Nom.
But other than that, the environmental around here is stable, and that actually does tell you things. That does mean that whatever's going on, like they're not long range striking. You're based on the way this place is set up, like it's an observation post, a forward base for patrols. Small stealth units like commandos could probably sneak through, but there's no way a massed infantry force or an armored force would be able to pass through the valley without them knowing. And you're pretty sure. I mean, there are ways to stealth airspeeders and fighters and other small craft, but the separatists do not normally do that. So you're pretty sure the base would have noticed if they were being overflown by something.
Separatists like to go for quantity over quality, usually.
Yeah, no, you're pretty sure that if they moved through this area and they wanted to be stealthy about it, they would probably send like Hyena droid bombers or HMP gunships and just bomb the base before they could say anything and try and get out of here.
Yeah. They would just go straight to town with this.
So,
I guess that's fine then.
Just get a breather, you go outside, you should walk around.
Do I want to try to gather some stuff?
You are in a woods.
Yeah, we're in a wood. Let's get naturey. Camo.
Sure.
Huzzah.
It's like, hey, you see these plants on this data pad? We need to find them.
All right, give me an hour or two.
I'm going with you. I want to learn.
All right.
What level are these materials normally?
Let's see here. So let me pull up the notes. I wrote it down. Wait, no.
What tool level are you looking for?
Custom potions. Let's see here.
Oh, right.
The energy potion. See, normally credits 1,000, rarity 5, and average lore discipline check to make.
Okay. So, because you're foraging, I won't increase the rarity, but it's a survival check. What's 5 normally? Is that average?
I think that's 0, 1,
I...
2, 3, 4, 5. That's average.
All right, Camo, please make me an average survival check.
All right.
And you should get a blue die on this because you guys still have maps of the area that are relevant.
Yes.
All right, then second boost. All right, then average.
Nice.
All right, so in probably a shortish amount of time, you can find enough stuff to make a dose.
1 dose, that's fine. Cool. Shall return then. Because I want to test out my portable lab and my sweet gourd.
I got this toolkit, and I just gotta keep breaking. Gotta keep junking this other one until I actually get one to at least just have it where I get success and an advantage, and then I'm good.
Yeah, you notice that in like the period of the trip that as you go to like set up your portable alchemy lab somewhere, that Camo has built like he has assembled from components and pieces like 2 sets of toolkits. Just big, deep, multi, rolling toolboxes or whatever that are really heavy.
One's already being dismantled for parts.
But I'll wait till we're on the road. So, let's check data. Do we have any sensors at this fob?
Yeah, they'll have like perimeter sensors and stuff. Probably not anything because it is Soholiv. Probably not anything super long range, just because rain and terrain will get in the way. But
we should have. Shit, I know it might have been the opposite direction, but maybe we should have went to more Iridu and got the high-powered scans and be like, hey, what's happening here? But whatever. Camo, I'm gonna need you. Well, I don't think I'm gonna need you to pathfind, but nah, you should be
I
fine.
had nothing else to do, so I'm up for it.
Nah.
well, so I believe you were last you checked. You were looking for pop centers, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so for what you're doing, kind of your rough area, you're gonna wanna. You will have known this beforehand because you have planetary maps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, you know that you'll be looking for the township of Old Dog.
Old Dog.
All one word.
Old Dog.
Yeah.
Possibly Old Dog.
Old Dog.
Oh,
Old Dog.
But is it up?
No, it's old.
Damn.
but you're
So,
going this way.
you're Aramaa busts out her local guide, looks up Old Dog. You're looking at a population of approximately 1,600. So a fairly sizable town for Soholiv. Not, because Mort Iridu, I believe, is like around 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a decent township. This is still obviously an out there town. And the population density in these regions is kind of spread out because that's how the work is. And for those of you who don't know, farming and ranching uses up a fuck ton of square footage.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Still does.
So yeah, no, like especially the southern half, the Abriski Delta is like super low pop density because you'll have like, they're pretty well off. You'll have like a small farmstead house or like a ranch house, and then you'll have just square hectares of space for animals or for what was Gran Aqua, that's right, aqua wheat, basically your space rice. And just big spaces, probably managed by a combination of farmhands and droids and automation. But so Old Dog is kind of it's kind of a regional border town between the two areas, so it kind of brings together the two cultures because they're kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a it's described as having a slight industrial bent. And it's kind of built into a river outlet. So it has and they've built a hydroelectric dam to power the city.
Solid.
So it's a fairly big market town. They buy and sell the salts and metal products that come out of the Fire Canyon. You know, the mining towns will ship their stuff out here for purchasing. And they also buy animal products that come out of, and raw foods that come out of Ibriski. So like plant and animal fibers, dairy, other stuff, meat processing, whatever. Rather than, because you don't have an infrastructure, there's no, great space trains rolling across Sohaliv. If you can't so probably the best way to put it is if your goods aren't high enough quality to get like air picked up and dropped to more Iridu, right?
Mm-hmm.
You probably go to Old Dog as a local distributor, and then maybe they go somewhere else. So it has several forges, foundries, and you notice there's a note of several artisanal and specialist smiths and artisans.
Oh, cool.
They got a decent amount of art scene, particularly metalworking, pottery, and the locals apparently practice forms of cave or canyon painting.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like they will literally paint murals on the canyon walls. And you also note they have several cultural centers. Like it's called like a shrine or temple, but it appears to be just kind of an informal building that talks about a lot of the local folk beliefs and stories, and has collections of some interesting and rare mineral deposits.
That's
So,
actually interesting.
A little bit of a tourist trap, but also got a decent amount of like, this is probably the biggest center of industry in the area. Because obviously, hey, if you're like I said, if you're running a farm or ranch with like droid assistance, you need places to build or buy droids. If you're mining, you need to buy mining equipment, etc. So this place seems to have the square footage to produce a lot of that. That'll probably be a decent enough stopover point to start.
All right.
Like, you probably can't roll into the center of town in your giant non-road legal tank vehicle.
Oh, hey. There are no roads, so therefore nothing's illegal.
Wait a second.
Okay,
Alright,
there are
right.
streets in town.
But everything's outside the town's free game. We're just gonna circle the town in our take and just stare menacingly inside.
It's like,
Well, actually, we might have to do a little quick loop around just to find a good spot. Shit.
yeah.
But all right, so that's where you're probably gonna head.
Yeah.
So
Where, like, on the map, like, where exactly is Old Dog? Is it, like, in the Efiana parish itself, or is it closer to the Ibriski?
yeah, it would be kind of on the border between the two regions.
Okay,
Obviously,
okay,
they're not
perfect.
demarcated, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just checking. Yeah, let's head for Old Dog. Aramaa will stand in the command post thing.
Yeah,
guidance.
right. Yeah,
Keep an eye out.
unless you want to go up in the observation tower. You don't actually. That's freaky.
No.
There's a little retractable observation pod that fits a single guy out there on a little pipe ladder. Nobody wants to be that guy.
Swaying in the wind.
Actually, speaking of the wind, you do note, and if you've got the pod up, as you guys cross into Ibriski and start heading towards the Efiana area in the north. Actually, hey, also got a good question about travel time and also no road rules. How apeshit do you go with your driving? Like, you're seeing a lot of farm and ranch lands out here. Like, I assume you're gonna be careful and try and not run over anybody's cabbage patch.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right.
The cabbages.
It might take us a little bit longer to circumvent some farmlands, but we'll make the effort.
Luckily, for some reason, the people's property lines are pretty well demarcated with sensors and fences. So
Cool.
and again, while they don't have a lot of like paved roads or highways, the like informal dirt and gravel roadage that is built up, they've probably built a lot of like, berm roads between water formations and stuff. Those are pretty wide and heavy because they're meant for moving industrial vehicles around. And in fact, let's see, what season is it? What season should it be? It could be the. Actually, yeah. Based on some of the stuff I've said, I think it's probably the. Probably getting near to harvest season. You probably see. Some fairly heavy like combine harvesters and stuff rolling around.
Is it like is it the sea of grain?
Yeah,
Lifting in the wind.
Yeah, there are definitely like very full fields that you guys are passing between.
I would like to appreciate that sight.
Sure, but as I mentioned before, as you kind of start to move into this region, you probably have to because there's not a lot of ground cover because this is similar to the mud plain and the center and delta that the science-based and more Iridu are built into. Where like this is just flat mud plain river delta that is just giant piles of volcanic sediment, basically. So it's pretty flat, if not negative height, as it were, below sea level. So you can probably retract the observation anyway, but also it starts to get a little windy. Depending on how far inland or outland you want to cut it, you might actually at points be able to see the sea.
Oh, cool.
So there's an offshore breeze coming on, and so you probably pull the poor guy in because he's not doing anything anyway, and it wobbles a little. Luckily, you're a very, very heavy box tank, and repulsors are like, what's physics? So, inertia? Negative gravity? So you guys can find yourselves in Old Dog probably late on day 2.
Okay.
Takes us a while to get there, but yeah, it's alright.
So, I mean, you've rolled up in a military convoy, so.
Okay, so we need to. This is Arama's thing.
Sorry, Aramaa was finishing up a haiku.
Wait
That's
a second.
pretty cute. Or that's pretty great.
And she puts down her pen. But yeah, she'll scramble on down and take a peek. Let's see here. So we rolled up into Amelia. Has this brought up any sort of hullabaloo?
Oh yeah, probably.
Yes.
You can probably see as you're like parking. There's like some people turning on their front lights. If street lamps weren't already on in some places, they're dialed on. And you actually probably see a couple of guys in what looks like the traditional long coat and heavy boots of the local marshals, probably like looking out there, eyeballing.
All right, well, I will ignore them and get the boys to set up a watch. About what time is it?
Late afternoon.
Late afternoon, yeah, okay. You said like one of the local, you said wardens, right? Was it wardens?
Marshals.
Marshals. I don't know why I thought marshals. And I will make my way over to him and just kind of flag him down.
Yeah, they've kind of they're loitering but fairly relaxed once they see the clones in armor pile out. They've all been briefed.
Yeah.
So guy tips his hat to you, ma'am. What can I do for you?
As I am General Aramaa of the Garment Pemmy Naming. I'm in the area to conduct an investigation on a few matters. I would like to announce myself to the local office so we can hopefully avoid any future difficulties. Would you be so kind as to let me know where your Aramaa was about to say y'all's office, but she refrained. Where where your office is?
Oh, I can take you right now, ma'am, if that's all right.
I'd
Or any directions.
if you can guide me there, that'd be super appreciated. Let me just go grab a couple fellows. And Aramaa will push the communicator on a helmet. It's like, Sister Wevuguk, Boots, Camo, would you happen to come join me? We're gonna head out for the local marshal's office.
Well, it was just right there.
Poof! It's like suddenly Otter.
She was already there to begin with. It's like, wait a second.
She's just
Damn it.
always standing directly behind you.
Came
Well,
out like strapping on
that's what
something.
Skirk is.
Dear Lord, how horrifying.
Now that's what Skirk is.
All right. Okay, so you and a couple of the marshals take you down to City Hall.
Mm.
It's a respectable City Hall building. Got a nice, looks like a polished alloy dome.
Mhm.
Got some stuff you're introduced in. You're introduced to kind of, the local sheriff. And the, they call him the mayor.
Mayor.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche.
This is actually kind of a point where Soholiv has a weird. We've talked about this before. How Soholiv has kind of a weird patchwork planetary government. Like, it's a republic holding, but that's managed by, like, the science departments basically.
Mhm.
So the colonial settlements tend to be mixed. You get the impression that Nietzsche is kind of an informal mayor. They call him the mayor. If there was an election, he'd win, but the primary source of his political power seems to be that because he's quite an elderly human man, walks with a cane, big bushy eyebrows that cover his eyes a lot because he's squinting. He was a very large landowner of this area. Like he got into the early land run, and so either owns and rents or sold to the city a lot of the land. So he's just a respectable old pillar of the community. Like, if you wanted to get technical, chain of command, the sheriff who was elected and is a law officer probably has more authority than him, but socially that would not work out,
Yeah.
right?
He has friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he probably sold a lot of the people who live here their homes or their lands, or is their landlord and whatever, and they like him. So Nietzsche, greets you, ma'am. He'll kiss your hand, even if it's a metal hand. He doesn't mind.
Yep.
Nods to everybody and is
He
basically
prefers it
like,
that way.
him and the sheriff just kind of like, haven't seen much of the army presence out these parts. What can I do you for?
First off, I just want to apologize for causing a minor scene rolling up the way we did. But we have reports that there might be something afoot in the area. Either
Nietzsche kind of does the when you say cause the ruckus, he kind of does the. Oh, don't worry, none, ma'am. These sons of guns around these parts never seen something so exciting in their life. Well, none of the ones who don't run the canyons, that is.
Run the canyons.
Oh, it's a popular pastime. Canyon running, gliding, free running. Oh, but y'all be careful now if you go up in the canyon. Your big old metal box probably too tough to eat, but there's soyverns up in them there canyons, and it's getting close to their breeding season. They're getting territorial.
Soyverns.
Never seen a soyvern, ma'am? You've probably heard of these guys. They are the apex predator of Soholiv, but
Yeah.
there's probably a fossil or a skeleton of one on display in the base, but no, we have not seen one in game yet.
Aramaa was like, I've not seen a live one.
Well, if you're lucky, you will. We can talk about that later. So you're here to look into our little sheriff. What did you call the problem? He's like, our property damage problem. As officially, that is what is on my police reports back to Marshall HQ and Mort Iridu. Property damage. I got a whole file folder full of reports if you're fixing to look. Or I can give you the short version if you're so inclined.
We'll start with the short version.
All right. Well, so about roughly 3 weeks ago, what was the first old Nietzsche? He's like, it was. Hold on, I should. I'll just make up names. It was old Farmer Jimbo's. His grain silo blew up. Well, we say blew up. We're not quite sure. We don't have any of them fancy CSI reconstructional labs.
But I'm assuming it was destroyed in some fashion.
Oh, yep, burned to the ground. Lost all the grain in it. Now, it was last year's leftover, so it wasn't a big problem. But if it happened, 3 weeks from now instead, that might have been fresh good grain in there. Really ruined his whole business. That was our first one. And it could have just been an accident. I don't know if you know, but grain powder, you grind it fine enough, it's just like sawdust.
Powder explosions.
Goes up like a candle. Mm-hmm. Actually, that's a good question. Is Camo carrying his bag of grenades and, bandoliers of grenades?
I'm probably
now?
leaving that. I'm probably leaving that
Okay, fair enough.
on the base, but like
Just
I
if
probably
you
got the
would,
rifle.
the nice old prospector man would probably comment that you would know a thing or two about it.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's probably like, yeah, you probably do with all
I
that
forgot
kinda
the
thing.
tools for it on my waist,
That
but
was
yeah.
the first one. And then the next night, it was very unfortunate. It was old lady Withers, her storage barn went right up, full of her swamp striders.
Oh my.
I say she damn near lost a half dozen. We don't know if it was another fire or explosion. The building just fell in on them. Nothing but skin and bones left. And then the old man kind of picks at his toothpick. Yeah, and a couple of her grandsons got burned up really good trying to put it out.
Oh my.
They're still not out of the hospital. Nope. And then it just got weirder from there. Next weekend, it was on a rest day. A couple of people were coming back in their fancy speeder. They never made it home. A couple of farmers going to hootenanny. Marshals found their speeder burned down, looked like blaster marks on it. Crashed into a ditch. And I just say it's been a right tough time, ma'am.
Oh, I do understand.
But here's the problem: nobody seen nothing. I reckon you could probably ask all the people around these parts, or go out into the farms and start knocking on doors. Real friendly folk around here. So long as you declare yourselves, that is. People are a little spooked. But I'm sure they'd never shoot at one of the nice boys in white. You hear? He reaches out with his cane and taps Boots on the shin. Clunk clunk.
Yep. Boots will give the lamest thumbs up he can manage.
The sheriff will say, I tell you, Mayor, it's those darn swoop gangers up in the canyons. You can hear them revving their engines. It echoes all through the caves at night. And it's like, that done nothing but Riley kids. You know how kids are. Nobody got nothing to do when it's not the harvest season. And he just like, But I heard up in the old corner mine, they burned down an automatic drilling unit. And I've been hearing people talk about their own speeders and swoop bikes being vandalized.
How long has this thing with the swoop gangs been going on?
Well, and she kind of pauses. Do you mean in general?
In general.
That was a trick question, ma'am. You see, until about 5 years ago, these regions were in a right state. There was a big gang, big gang of desperados up in the canyons. Called themselves the Fire Lizards. That is actually spelled Fire Lizards. He's just speaking with an accent, okay?
Thanks for confirming.
Right.
Oh, they were run by the fastest gun and the meanest girl I ever did meet, Aramaa Seren. Type that for you. And to be quite frank, ma'am, no offense to our dear sheriff here, who's been elected for the past 4 years, but those desperados, the Fire Lizards, they were the law around here for those years. Used to be quite a tourist scene up in the hills, resorts, visiting villages, hot springs. Now, obviously, most of the buildings and the springs are still there, but the tourists dried up. Because the Fire Lizards would come, steal your valuables, raid mining trains, all kinds of things. Until about 5 years ago, when a bunch of our brave boys and girls in the marshals and some local militiamen, with a little help from the sector rangers, marched up into those canyons and got those sons of guns out of there. Of course, old Aramaa never went out without a fight. She died resisting arrest. The gang didn't really last much longer after that. But the tourism done come back. I reckon whatever's going on with these local Utes is just part of the same thing, really. They're not as bad. I don't think there's been anybody been highway robbed in a long time. But
just a bunch of bored youths with too much hormones and too much time.
I dare say probably. No, I don't know if they're blowing up mining rigs. Maybe they're blowing up grain silos. Don't really know where they'd get the skills, though. But, hey, kids these days, they're inventive.
Has there been... You know that you say that, but has there been no visitors, no travelers, no new people in the area recently that you know of?
Oh, well, new people, no. Settlement slowed ever since the war. War started. Most of the land out here is already bought up. Most of the way it changes hands is when it gets split up between generations, which isn't very often. Now, if you really want to get into the canyons, I'm going to have to say you should go. The place you should visit is Old Clifftop House. Run by a nice girl. Armanda Gunstar. I will spell that for you in a second. Hold on. Scrolling. Yes, it is just Amanda with an R. Star Wars names, guys.
Yes.
Now have
She
a weird
inherited the old Clifftop House from her daddy about little while after the whole thing got cleared up. And she has put some mighty fine efforts into rebuilding the resort and trying to bring back tourism to the region. I dare say for the miners and the explorating types up there, she's probably even better respected than me, despite being such a young thing. Gunstar name carries a lot of weight. Old man Gunstar never knuckled down to those Fire Lizards. But people weren't safe traveling the canyons, so travel died down. I reckon probably before the war we started getting some tourism back, but there were travel restrictions for a long time, and there were I dare say there was those rumors of those banditos a couple parishes over raiding villages. Oh, I'm sure you took care of that one. Oh, and there was the my grandson swears he could hear from here. There was the big battle a couple months back. That was pretty close. People don't always feel safe taking a relaxer. The sheriff kind of deflects a little and says, "It is in Clifftop House, perfectly fine. It's a great place, but I don't know if that's relevant to our whole people getting attacked scenario."
Well, usually there's multiple ways to an answer, and we must consider them all.
All right, fair enough. I admit, while I have been a marshal for nearly a decade now, I'm 2 days from retirement. No.
Oh God, no.
He's only been in this 10 years. He's not 2 days from retirement.
A tease.
I say the case I have been presented with is unusual, and I do not necessarily know how to go about solving it. We got all kinds of incidents. I got my reports right here. Mostly it's the outbuildings getting blown up. Nobody's really had their homestead attacked, though there have been small fires, vandalism. People have found their, power lines to their generators cut in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
That's the damnedest thing of it. Is sometimes they're big and sometimes they're small. I don't rightly know what's going on. I would say almost we got some young pranksters. He kind of gives Nietzsche the side eye. The sheriff does. Got some young pranksters who are inspired, but from what I hear, most of the stuff up in the canyons is loud. But I don't know. Somebody's been scaring some herds of creatures around too. Animals are let out for the night and they're in the wrong pasture the next morning. They're all spooked.
Mm-hmm.
They stampede back to their barns while you're trying to clean. All kinds of nonsense.
Okay, I see. A couple more things. We had sent some crafts overhead to maybe look at some things, and they've disappeared. Have you heard any news about any crashed ships, or any maybe weapon fire from such a thing?
He kind of stash droops a little and says, yeah, I know that story. He pulls out a little hall recorder. I got these from a place, 15, 20 clicks south of here. Dorn Farmstead.
Dorn Farmstead.
He pulls it up. It's smacked right into his field. He pulls it up and it's probably some Torrent light fighter, fuselage just lying in a guy's field. Debris. We're recovering your troops' things, but there's not much left to salvage.
Okay.
Nobody really reported any fire, but you could always ask, Farmer Dorn himself what he heard.
We'll probably do so.
I think he had some of his boys loaded up on the flatbed. They're coming into town.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean no offense, but unfortunately, a crashed snub fighter does a farm field no good.
No, understandable. Okay, but I think that's all our questions for now. Like I said, if you do not mind our intrusion, we would like to conduct our own investigation into these matters.
Hey, no problem with me. You just let me know if it's something in my jurisdiction. But those darn dirty seppies, well, I don't know. A lot of people around here got their pieces from the old militia days. We won't take kindly to being bullied by clankers.
That's
Tell
the
you
right
what.
attitude to have.
And with that attitude, we'll definitely win this war. Anyway, thank you for your time, gentlemen. We'd like to get started. Oh, when Farmer Dorn arrives with the flatbed, would you be so kind to let me know?
All right, I'll send a runner.
Appreciate it. And, I'll nod and goodbye. Jedi Wedi, may the Force be with you, and ghost out.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
As you leave, you pass another kind of becoated gentleman. You see as you pass him, he's got a cybernetic eye and a wide-brimmed hat. And he's actually walking with an ack dog, which are... Let me pull up an image. This one's a little bit more of a violet color, but they look like these.
Oh, it's those.
Yeah.
Barb.
And he just kind of walks in the good old swinging door or whatever in a city hall as you go.
Mm.
Probably here in the distance, you just say, "Well, I haven't seen you for some time. Take a seat." And they go about their businesses. You trundle off.
Mm-hmm.
So you go back to your base.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now let's look at our information here. So, what we have is we have a bunch of what we consider petty to downright despicable, I would almost say, acts of property damage. But from what we can tell so far, it doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
All I
That-
get the
None
impression
so
of is
far.
it might be just like some weapons testing to see like any testing, or it's just a gang thing what they get away with.
Yeah,
Possible.
I'm probably guessing it's the game stuff until we gather more information, get more information.
Yeah,
Mm,
not much to go off of at the moment.
yeah.
Oh, actually, this is a good point. I forgot because you left. Did you actually want to? Because you said you wanted to start with the short version. Do you want to actually like
Oh yeah, get the reports.
get
Yeah.
a copy of his records or
Yeah,
take his
please.
records to examine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
All right.
also,
So yes, you have a complete incident list now,
okay.
which means that if you want to, you can do science to it.
So let's
Yes.
do science to this. So let's see if we can find any correlation between the attacks, whether it's times, methods,
And,
and distances from locations.
yeah.
All right.
Sure.
I'm gonna need somebody to do me a hard knowledge warfare check
Oh
to
boy.
do some military college shit.
Okay.
No, if you want to spend that destiny, go for it.
Go for it.
Like honestly, this is the reason why I decided not to go stick with knowledge underworld, because wait, I'm gonna pick up general and then I can just start dumping points into knowledge warfare.
Did you say it was hard?
Yes, it was hard.
Yep.
To give myself the advantage here, instead of just getting one green, I will use it to lower the difficulty again.
I'll say this so you get a boost.
Well, in my opinion, getting rid of one purple is better than just adding a single green.
I mean,
That's just my
actually, I
opinion.
can do some fucking science. I own a green die and a purple.
Well, actually,
can
yeah,
look at-
because you instead of adding a point of success, you're removing a point of failure. I
Yeah.
guess.
There are 2 failures.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, I'd rather spend if I spend a destiny on upgrading, I'd rather use it.
One
You
blank,
know, actually upgrade.
Yeah.
blank face on a green. I think they
Well,
got the same
do
face.
whatever you want, Law.
Oh, geez, thanks, dice. Doesn't fucking matter anyway.
You didn't add any of the boost?
Yeah, you got a boost die. Remember, Axe said he assisted you.
But I don't think that will help because there's only like one.
Well, it means you'll get a failure to
roll.
advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
Something.
still something.
Fail forward.
Mm-hmm.
Fail forward.
Isn't that
Okay.
my life in a nutshell?
All right. So, you probably do your analysis over some cups of calf until the sleep. You know, it's the sleep hour.
Mhm.
You have to maintain military discipline. You guys are supposed to sleep sometime.
Yeah.
What you can tell so far is you cannot find an exact pattern. Like you cannot figure out an exact origin point or an exact goal to any of this. But what you get with your 2 advantage is, roughly, if you look at it, you realize this is definitely systematic. Right? This is definitely procedural, you might even say.
There's
You're looking at this and you're like, okay, so they started at this farmstead here, and then they literally went to the next farmstead the next night, et cetera, et cetera. And I will say with 2 advantage, since Aramaa asked this question about time, yeah, these are all nighttime attacks. Nothing happens in broad daylight.
I feel like some of these elements were pulled from something else.
But let's see here. So if it's systematic, that means there's a reason.
Unfortunately, like I said, Boots
Yeah.
cannot narrow down an exact, like,
Yeah.
not a full
sadly.
means motive, modus operandi, means motive, whatever,
So
opportunity. Just nighttime attacks, they are systemic.
Yeah, we need
You're
to-
pretty sure that much like the conclusion you got back at base, they are north to south traveling. Like northernmost targets were hit first. And they've slowly started expanding their range. You do probably notice that like some properties are skipped, but it doesn't seem like a random skip. It seems like a sequential skip. Like, oh gee, you think if we hit the 3 farms in a row, we'll hit the 4th farm the next night? No, suckers. We'll skip 2 farms, kind of a thing, right? This might be a little much for 2 advantage, but I do want to make sure you guys are on the right track. I will also say they are not hitting large pop centers. There are probably a few small cities or small towns really at this scale in the broader Abruzzi region. They don't appear to be just doing whatever they're doing, whether it's, that's something, by the way, from the incident reports you can't tell because these guys don't have the equipment to test it. You don't know what you're dealing with here. If it's like arson, incendiary, sabotage, like an industrial accident kind of thing, or if like, they're flying bombers or running artillery pieces out here. You would probably need to pick a site and do some science sampling. to figure out that.
How old is the latest last incident?
Oh, let's think. It's pretty regular. So you've probably your last incident report is probably from like 2 or 3 nights ago, the night you got your mission.
Well, if there's
Based
any
on the pattern, that will probably be you got to go back inland a little bit. You got to kind of backtrack, but
Mhm.
you could go to a farm. Let me think about the exact details if you want to pursue that specifically.
Yeah, we can get maybe a method, because my immediate gut check right here is either they're trying to make a statement about something, or they're trying to lead up to something else.
Or they're trying to see how far they can get away with it.
Well, that's what I'm
Keep
saying.
going
That's a
with-
statement. It's a statement of, oh, look at us, we're so fucking awesome, look what we can get away with, is, the typicals of use, or they could be making a statement about something else. As I said, this is just not, I'm not seeing this as random violence.
Yeah, there's a general pattern.
There's a purpose to it. What that purpose is, I have no
Not
idea.
that I think nobody bought Knowledge Underworld, right? Like you said, you skipped that yourself.
I skipped it, yeah.
Even without it, you guys have enough experience with criminal outfits. This is not like there's no reports of anybody getting mysterious threats. Give me your money or I'll blow up your farm.
Yeah.
There are some supposedly unrelated. Actually, that's another thing I should throw in. That's not a success or fail. Like, this at all times. There are no actual So the sheriff mentioned that there have been some of those explicitly gang related crime incidents in the canyons, like actually up in the fire canyons in deeper in Efiana. Where but those are much smaller and more directly, like literally some couple of punk kids have rolled in on swoop bikes and been like, hey, nice speedy you have, it's mine now. Or a gang will roll into a small mining town, because there are mining encampments or towns scattered all over the canyons. Some of them are literal camps of tent cities, which are filtering salt and gold dust out of a river, to probably a couple hundred strong people in a little cave town or whatever. Where oh, hey, nice moisture evaporator, we set it on fire, kind of thing.
Just being punks.
And a lot of noise and public safety complaints.
Right.
A lot. There's a lot of punk kids and their swoop bikes and their loud gliders flying up down canyons at all hours.
Small town problems.
Yeah.
But you guys have worked with criminals enough to be and this is probably why Lucky as a person came to this conclusion, but this is definitely not like any of the criminal behavior you guys have seen yet.
Yeah.
Other than the Bandogora kind of did random intimidation tactics, but that was different because they had a different ideology.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same. Honestly,
I think.
not Boots failed this check. I won't.
Yeah. No.
I won't let you write too much on this.
No.
Well,
Let's.
Boots, maybe I'll let you know, Boots, if you maybe go back and hit your tactics books, you might think of some comparison styles. But yeah.
I think.
I just think and maybe in response, if there's a general pattern, if they're going from the next farmstead from a general direction, we can probably make a general scouting area within the next 3 farmsteads or areas of contact. Just have people there so we can see if we can catch it.
Stakeouts are a good plan.
Stakeouts are a very good plan. But as I said, that's the thing about stakeouts, is we might be sitting on our butts for a couple days waiting. So if there's one thing we know for sure, they're at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
At night, and it's systematic.
It's systematic.
But
How
we don't know.
Pass
We
the
don't
check.
know.
Boots did not
Hmm?
nail
We do.
whatever the pattern is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do not know what the coded pattern is.
But
No,
hey, guess what? We have
no.
luckily, I'm a Aramaa thumbs at a behinds or at the tank. We have a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway.
And you've got a lot of mobility
Mm-hmm.
because you brought technically
Yeah.
3 speeder bikes, because Boots brought his personal one.
Mhm.
You've got
Yeah.
3. Did we go 3 tanks? 3 saber tanks?
I think so, around there.
2 or 3, yeah.
Half a squad.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
we
then
probably.
And then you've got, a half company worth of just loose infantrymen.
Yes.
You only need a dozen people to crew the tank.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, so I'm gonna say the last attack was 3 nights ago. It was Berry Range Ridge Farms,
What?
and
That
they
was
had
the one.
a basically a garage or motor pool blown up. Like they had a covered over tarp where they were holding some of their hauling speeders and harvesting equipment, and it was their vehicles were blown up or shot up. You probably would have to go interview them to double check.
All right. Well, that's the last one, so we should probably. It says late afternoon, right?
Yeah.
I think
Is
we
that
got.
the one where the wreckage it landed in?
No,
No,
that's
that was actually not an attack. That probably happened probably like early morning, mid-morning maybe, whenever you guys would send a patrol up, which would be in daylight.
Yeah, no. Like I said, they said that they're bringing the debris here, so instead of going there, we'll probably best just examine the debris ourselves and see if we can figure out what the fuck took it down.
All right.
Yeah.
And then probably visit, if you wanted to visit Berry Ridge Farm, do that in the morning.
Yeah, because if it crashed, that means it probably leaves crash marks, and we can understand where it was flying over, and maybe where it got shot. But
all right, so is that what you're waiting for next?
Yeah. So what I think we should do for the rest of the afternoon is we should go investigate Berry Ridge Farms and get a report on that and see if we can figure out what was used to mess with the garage. Let's take the swoop bikes. We don't need to bring everybody.
All right.
And also with the swoop bikes, we don't probably have to worry so much about running over people's farms.
Yep, fair enough. I think those have like a max altitude of like 3 or 4 meters.
Yeah.
If not more, actually.
Also, I will then direct Captain Shark to take the boys and start spreading them out for a stakeout in, let's see here, look at the map, and I guess we'll start picking a few farms in the general vicinity of where they would target next. We're going to be doing night stakeouts.
What would you prefer? Maximum coverage or larger units? The boys can handle anything.
Let's go with maximum coverage.
All right. So he starts breaking them into like 4-man cells. But this is, you guys are the swamp dogs. This is what you do.
Yeah.
He probably goes into the barracks and is like, "All right, boys, I hope you've had a relaxing trip. Put on your shoes. You are going dancing. Gun check. Waterproof this. He runs down the whole line. Also, I was wrong. The Bark Speeder, this is a recon speeder. This has a 25-meter max altitude.
Yeah, it's meant to be quiet and not touching anything.
High performance, speed, agility.
Yay.
All right. So, you technically have 3 speeders. So,
Wevu's going to be on one.
I'll probably ride with Wevu.
All right, you'll ride in the
Camo.
side.
I'll cover the other one.
Well, fly mine.
All
I'll
right.
be in the passenger seat.
Sure.
All right, and you take. I assume you're gonna take some technicians in the other bike.
All
Get an EOD
Probably.
guy.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
fun
we
fact.
need-
Actually, doesn't Skirk play in a planetary?
She does, yeah.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, she does actually, I believe.
She oh wait, no, she doesn't actually. She has Planet Space one. Heck.
Interesting.
Well, actually, Skirk. Would Skirk want to go poke stuff, or would she want to go hang out and maybe catch some people doing some weird stuff?
The hunting and stalking stakeouts is probably more her skill set.
Yeah, so I'll send Skirk with Captain Shark for this, and yeah, let's grab like a technician and EOD guy and have them on the other bike.
All right, yeah. So you get an engineer who's got vehicle training, and then because you get with the sidecar, you get like 10 encumbrance, so he can bring some shit. All right, and so
Bring
you
combos.
new him on over. There's no real thing. You probably don't get too much altitude because again, it is a little windy, and actually, as it starts to get closer to sundown, there's actually some oceanside fog that rolls in a little light, and kind of just as sunset begins, the sun is just hitting the horizon. The light is becoming blood red. You pull up to Berry Ridge Farms, and honestly, you can probably. It's only been like 3 days, I think I said, so you can still see the wreckage. Like, yeah, no, he had a big, little garage hangar thing, little prefab that is just There's a big fucking crater in the roof. You probably see scrapped bits of speeders and stuff pulled out. As you roll up, there's, we'll say an older Rhodian farmer, getting a little gray around the gills, he's got a a very rugged blaster carbine. He kind of pulls up and says, "Whoa, who goes there?"
Oh, I'm assuming whether we're stopping. You're the one driving.
Just drive right over him.
He's like, "I fuck you."
Like,
Yeah, no,
Camo was
she'll
probably gonna stop nearby to like,
yeah,
Okay,
just
cool,
like
yeah,
point at Aramaa. Like, okay,
You might,
Yeah.
just mind putting us down nearby.
yeah, sure.
Camo was gonna drop by near like the actual site to like.
No,
like-
don't go off on the fucking your own.
Yeah.
I meant like
Well,
near the
not
actual
without
explosion.
before you get introduced.
Yeah.
That's how you get shotgunned by angry farmers.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What you doing on my property?
Bang. Let me get off my
I
lawn.
guess
Shotgun.
right. It's larger, a very large area, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking like the actual area where like
It's not like a
No, no,
house where the
it's
garage is.
farm buildings. You're they're like quiet, but not that quiet. So
Gotcha.
like you got 3 of these engines running in parallel. So yeah, a guy comes out to greet you and he's like, "Hey, who are you? What are you doing?"
Sit down, get out, introduce self. General Aramaa, Grand Republic Army. We are here investigation the large amounts of property damage in the area due to some concerns of a military matter. Would you mind so terribly if we were to take a poke around and investigate your incident? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. You probably get the usual blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Not like any Jedi I ever heard of. Is that a real clone trooper? Yeah. And then he's like, "Well, all right. I reckon I can't get anything more other than the insurance payment. Come on."
Walk on
Damn.
over.
For harvest. Hope I get my payments in. Gonna have to ask Gold Nietzsche for a loan. Saunters over. Rolls open the doors, and yeah, he's like, "I had 2 harvesters and 3 cargo haulers, all scrapped. Maybe turn 3 cargo haulers into 1 cargo hauler, but I just don't have the time anymore. All the lads young done run off to go join militias or gangs or go
Militia
lead
gangs.
militia gangs. Don't need none of this tomfoolery. Just run my farm. Everybody even Jedi need to eat bread and grains. Am I right, miss?
You are right.
You're
See,
right.
I want to go off in her damn fool idealistic crusade.
Idealistic crusade.
It's a line.
Ah.
That's what Uncle Owen says.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, it didn't click.
that's fine.
same.
But yeah, so he kind of leaves you to his business. He's got dinner to take care of and stuff. And yeah, so you got a building and some damaged vehicles. What are you gonna look at in particular?
Camo wants to eyeball like where the possible like actual like explosions or strikes happened.
All right.
Just see if we kind of identify like anything.
Go
resembling
ahead
it.
and make me a. Let us call this an average mechanics check, but I'm gonna
Alright.
give you 2 setback dice because you're using your bomb knowledge to reverse engineer a scenario. All right, Lucky. All right, going to the visual.
Oh damn it!
And like some time has passed, so you're
Gotcha.
you're working with some rough materials, but yeah, it's possible.
Let's see how this goes.
I was gonna go look at the vehicles.
Huh.
No success, but a triumph.
Cameron,
Okay.
do you have nothing to remove blacks for mechanics checks?
Probably not a
I mean,
mechanic.
mechanics is a skill, but it's not like anything like focused my trees about. Let's see. I can do it from
And no, he hasn't built that tool.
Ah.
through terrain or manage environmental effects, which is different.
Okay. So with a triumph, but failure. So you're looking at like obviously there's some stuff that even unless you failed with like threat or despair, I'm gonna be like, this is so fucking obvious. There's no point in hiding it from you. You would guess it appears to be a blast area, a roughly standard epicenter blast, right? So you're gonna guess that probably whatever detonated in the center of this thing. However, just from because unfortunately the crime scene hasn't been preserved, right?
Yeah.
You cannot tell was something dropped, shaped, was it set in the middle? You can't be sure. Because stuff has been moved around, some repairs have been affected, like a tarp was rolled over the hole at one point and rolled back, etc.
Gotcha.
What I will tell you on a Triumph, though, you are 100% certain from your career experience, this was mil-spec explosives.
Oh, okay.
That's concerning.
Boss, I can't be sure what actually blew this up, but this is not like something people made in a garage. This is actually like something like actual professionals made. This is
Like, you're
mil-spec.
pretty sure if you got an EOD guy, he could bust out the science kit. If you guys like started taking litmus tests and running, spectrochromographs, you'd be like finding trace elements.
Actually, we have just for can you run one blue because we have actual tech guys on here?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, go for it. We'll see what happens.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's
just add a
figure it out.
blue.
You got
Yeah,
a
they'll
two
assist.
guy. 2 advantage.
2 advantage.
Oh yeah, okay. Then I'll just say that he confirms that. He's like,
Okay.
he like looks up and he runs the thing. Yeah, I'm getting trace elements of detonite down here. Is that some? Oh, that might be a beryllium isotope. That's very spicy. He turns up to you, says, "This is a professional job."
Well, that means that youthful discretion is probably out. It's either youth got their hands on that they shouldn't have, or
Some clankers, or
or
the separatists are giving kids some bombs to throw around.
either way, that's concerning.
All right. Wevu checks the vehicles. Go ahead and roll me an average, your choice, perception or mechanics.
Let's see here.
We have a vehicle guy too.
Yeah.
Take a blue.
Yeah, sure, you can attack. I take a boost.
Please take a boost. Remember your
Jesus.
boost.
I'm going to go with perception.
He still assists. That's what he's
And
there
it's
for.
and it's average?
Yeah, average.
Okay. So okay. Ha!
Nice.
All right. Number 1. First of all, you succeed. You confirm what they said. This is like, oh yeah, this was like probably hit. And actually, because you got a triumph, I'll let you kind of get some of the stuff Camo was looking for. This is, you like study the damage and the damage pattern. The damage is all to the top and sides of vehicles in a epicentral way. Not like underside or inside. This was not a charge planted inside.
It was dropped from the
You're
top.
not 100% sure, but this
Oh.
was either something like a proton bomb or an energy mortar or something.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh,
Something that
mortar.
drops down from the
This was with that triumph. This was a vehicular attack. Like, these are you like look at one of these cargo haulers and look at like the cab has been like peeled away. You're like, oh yeah, no, I've seen this done to military speeders. This was munitions.
Yeah.
So either they have mortars on
Yeah.
a vehicle or they're dropping bombs from a ship.
Yeah, well, just
Yeah,
points
McClinkers
back,
then.
No, I won't rule out youth. Like I said, remember,
Yeah.
they have a fuck ton of speeder bikes and they have been making a lot of noise
Yeah,
every
they.
night.
A big ruckus.
Yeah, this is mil spec, but you could probably get mil spec if they just really want to get.
Well, you got to remember, separatists aren't beyond
Yeah.
giving people things that they really shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Remember-
technically, you can't narrow it down. You guys have man portable mortars.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
there are models of mortars that are designed to be fielded by clones. So
yeah. But I'm just saying that's what I'm trying to say is it doesn't necessarily have to be clankers like carrying around. They could have literally just like, hey kids, you want some toys? Here, have a box of fun. It would be really cool to go test it on all those adults that say that your way of life is whack.
Boss, remember when
It's like
we
he's
were-
speaking to me.
Boss, do you remember when we dealt with that crime boss in like Big Hills?
Eye narrowing Big Hills crime boss. Big Hills is where they make the spice,
Or-
right?
Nope. This was way back in the first plot arc. There were
It was that
There were-
one game that we took.
yeah, bandits. They were basically
Oh, yeah.
Like the big bandit group.
separatists imported
Game Bandits.
bandits and pirates.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Remember all like those modded out trucks they had?
Mm-hmm.
Might be something similar to that.
Oh, now that you mention it, you're right. Anyway,
Also,
yeah.
by the way, Omega's making another one of his MS Paint meme edits. So,
of what?
oh, you'll see.
Oh,
See
no.
when we get.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
Oh no!
Oh, great.
Anyway, I'm gonna talk to good old Farmer and ask him if there's been any recent, like, if the swoop gangs have been running around here recently, causing the ruckus nearby.
Okay. So because you're talking to a specific guy about a specific case, somebody should make me an average charmer streetwise tech to basically just interview him.
I'm gonna do it. You said
Go ahead.
average, right?
If you guys were just canvassing for information broadly, I would make this harder, but because you're asking a specific guy about a specific incident, it's not that hard.
All right. I'm gonna use the force. Behold, my tits. They're magical. Oh wait, no, wait. Hang on.
That's what that means.
Hang on.
We could have Boots help.
Hang on. That check wasn't supposed to be like that. Hang on. No, it's
Okay.
the advantage. No advantage. I only have 2 advantage. I do get that 1 blue, but no advantage. So it is. I'll split up. So it'll be 4 success, 3 advantage.
4 success, 3 advantage. All right. So you do the proper interview thing
Mhm.
and like ask him the right questions. Oh, this was charm, I assume, because it's
Yes.
you.
Yes.
So yeah, this is basically just classic talking cure kind of thing. Like you ask him the right questions, prompt him the right things.
And that's saved for everyone that's watching. Can see that.
Yep.
Can I do this even better? Can I make this a? Oh no, because I copied the whole thing.
What are you talking
The
about? I'm gonna
irony
save
is
this
that,
to my
like-
computer right now.
The amusing bit of how like this could totally have been a thing in like Rebels as like a joke.
I was wondering.
How do you do, fellow clones?
Anyway, yeah. So you ask him the right questions with what was it? 3 success, I believe you said. Yeah,
4
success already.
4 success.
4
3.
success you put in.
4 success,
4 and
3
4.
advantage. No, 4 and 3. The advantage.
You got 2 light pips.
Yeah, but the last advantage doesn't count. That last advantage was from my goddamn Wait, actually no, it does count. Never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's 4 and 4.
4 and 4. Okay.
Whoops.
I was just like, wait, hold on. You've got 2 light pips. So, you ask him like, your question is basically like, hey, what kind of stuff have you heard in the neighborhood? In particular, you see any youth gangs? And his response is kind of, because you're actually a little south, he kind of goes with a general tone of, well, no, I don't rightly think I have seen. I've heard stories that there's kids up in the canyons that run. And I reckon I won't do this whole in the voice. Basically, the short version of his story is no, he has not directly seen any gangsters on his thing. And actually, if he's because you rolled very well in your advantage, if he's honest with you, because you know these are family people, and you get invited into the house. Their houses aren't like super large, not like McMansions or anything, but these are your old genteel generational farmers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like some of these guys have owned this land for a long time. They've built up some nest eggs. They make a very decent profit for Mort Iridu, or for Sohaliv in general, and actually generally think of themselves as a little bit better off than a lot of the working class people maybe on that eastern coast. And but he's a little embarrassed to admit, but if he's honest with you, because you seem like a nice lady, he actually has a daughter who's about 18 who has done the runner from home. You know, hasn't seen her in at least 3 weeks. You know, she took one of his old. This is how he knows he hasn't heard no speeders, because he had an old chopper from his own youth. You know, put up in the barn. She must have been fixing it up because it hadn't run in years, and then just blitzed out one day on it. Occasionally, like, apparently sends letters from small towns up in the canyons, but is just off living her life up there. And he really hopes she comes back home. They've got her bed for her, but sometimes you got to find your own way, kind of thing. He just misses the help. He could really use it right now. And yeah, so he doesn't report any direct gang activity, and actually, honestly, it sounds like one of his family members is probably now a gang member. I know if it's like a weird revenge thing, you'd have to probably find her and double check. But yeah, he doesn't report any directness. But since he rolled so much advantage, he does say, well, it was a little strange. The vehicle bay is it's put away a little bit. Don't want any of the fumes or nothing coming up, and got fuel storage out there. When I came out, I could have sworn I saw some backlighting on the fog, like something fast and high moving. Now the Soyverns don't come down this far downland anymore. They've been beaten back by the settlers. They know not to hunt these parts, but there's a big, broad wingspan, I think. He probably not, since he mentioned the Soyvern, is like, is that possible? You think we got we got night wyverns out here causing trouble? Not even how that works.
Well, trouble comes in all shapes and sizes, but rest assured, sure, we will get to the bottom of this. And he'll pause, and she'll pause.
Also, I will say, because Wever looked at his vehicles, you are actually sure you could find enough working parts between the 3 cargo haulers to build him one complete cargo hauler, or he could build one.
How long would it take? Well, how long would it take us to build him one?
Well, somebody'd have to make. I think it's hard if your vehicle's totaled. Somebody would have to make a hard mechanics check and then get some good success. This could take you a whole, because that's long, but these are smaller scale vehicles. This could be like a whole, like, in normal facilities, you'd probably say this is like a 10 or 12 hour job. But you've got a decent number of people. You could maybe cut some shortcut if you did a good check.
Well, like I said, we got some good information. Do you want to do this guy a solid?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
I'll give a boost.
Like I said, like I'm pretty sure, like we can all maybe give a boost.
Yeah. No, you probably can all kind of
Helping the people of
a tech
Soho.
guy. You've got a couple of gophers. Camo is actually a mechanic. Actually, that's a good question. Which one of you guys has the best mechanics and int rating?
I believe
I got mechanics 4.
Yeah, so he has the better mechanics, and I have the same int as him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only have int 2.
Well, it was Marth's idea, but he can take your Wevuguk Camo's mechanics.
Hey, who wants drugs?
We don't need drugs right now.
Okay, fine.
No drugs.
I thought we've been fighting drugs this entire time. Why would we need more?
Because I have legal drugs.
So just take. That's mechanics.
Is a
Not
hard.
wrong.
And take a
much
boost for me, at least.
How many
You
how
take
much
3
int-
boosts, I think,
Boost.
total, because Camo is providing you with the skill upgrades for mechanics.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
it.
you've
three
got
Boots has like
two
3 int,
gophers,
though.
you've got 2 gophers and you've got a tech guy.
Okay. So
It's got 3 int as well,
but
That doesn't count here.
I mean, you both have 3 int is the thing.
I got 2.
Oh, well, she's got 3 int, so she's
Right.
better than you. Are you both 2?
Wevu only has 2. I said only 2.
I didn't hear that part, but yeah. Fair enough. Same int. All right, go for it.
Okay. Okay.
That's how we go.
Okay.
Well,
It
Blink
just
of
takes the full time.
Yeah, no. You guys here are like late afternoon, so Live has longer days. Yeah, if you wanna finish this project, you're gonna be working into the night under floodlights.
That's fine.
Boots still here.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, might as well. I don't want to leave the job half finished.
Alright.
And as I said, we already set up stake ups and whatnot. We don't have anything else to really do until morning, so otherwise we probably just go back and maybe go find a cantina to go drink our sorrows in. So, let's
Or just go scout around. Yes.
let's
What are you here
Oh,
for?
well, you're
We
not-
couldn't fix
Camo,
the
you're not
farm
scouting right now.
to-
You are rebuilding an engine block, buddy.
Yeah. Helping her make.
You're rebuilding an engine block that like Aramaa and Boots are hefting
mm-hmm.
because they're the only people who can do that.
Brawn 4, baby.
Oh, hold on, let me just casually bench press this.
I figure it's got Brawn 3 at least, so I think we all can at least like.
Well, we
Not
have
hurt
Brawn
ourselves.
3, yeah.
Yeah, you guys aren't. No, I'm just saying that like those are your big burlies. They're gonna get in there and do some lifting.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, this would be. Let's do it this way. Why don't you guys give me a, let's see, vigilance check? Do I have a difficulty for this?
Oh no.
Let's go with daunting. 4 dice.
Jesus!
Well,
Give it a shot.
I'm not,
double check my
I'm not
vigilance.
sure. I'm just going to do
I'm
it
going for
as
it.
is.
Go me!
Going for it.
Thanks, 364th vision. No scope.
Alright.
Ha! Failure through threat.
Flip a point.
Damn.
Man. Flip a point. Flip a point.
Yeah, I
You
did
did.
that. I already did that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. So obviously everybody can see the results in the video version, but to recap, okay. So everybody but Aramaa fails. Wevu fails badly. Camo kind of has a bad fail. Boots is okay.
I'm busy fixing this thing.
Oh,
Hey,
Aramaa, Aramaa,
Yeah, honestly,
see.
so for
I fail X.
yeah, Camo take a strain as basically you're working overtime because you were up all day working on your crafting basically on the road and like doing stuff and scouting, and now you're starting
Yeah.
to eat into your sleep cycle, and it's like, okay, all right. You didn't know for sure when you set out on this thing, like you guys hadn't rotated your sleep schedule, so it's a little tiring.
Yeah.
Boots, you are kind of turned away and busy listening into comms at the moment. You're checking your comms setup, double checking with everybody, making sure everything's okay. So you don't directly hear or see anything, but you are on alert, which is good. Aramaa, take 1 strain. Because you got a triumph, so you hear something very good.
It's the fucking tingle.
Crawling over, like just echoing gently over the fog that rolls in the night. You hear, is that pulsar motors? And because you roll a triumph, fog is no obstacle to you. You look up through the giant hole in the roof, and you can't tell what they are at this distance because it's just too far for you to make out the blobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have omnivision kind of, but it's not perfect at distance because you don't have the farsight power.
Yeah, it's not telescopic.
Yeah. So you're like, you think 5 blurry objects in a wedge formation fly over you pretty high up at cruising altitude.
Oh
And
no,
you're
they're
a little
here.
freaked out, which means that you let the engine block slip. And Wevu, I would like you to take 1 wound.
Okay.
And your tail is unfortunately squished by a bumper or something,
Mm-hmm.
which is why you don't hear anything.
So have I like dropped the engine block?
Maybe, or maybe just let it slip where it rests.
Oh, like I said, I'm a little distracted. I have to run out and try and get a better eye. Wait, scopes, binocs, something. No, that's what I'm yelling.
Webu just tosses the electro-binocs.
All right.
Just get them. I'm gonna try and get eyes on these fucking things.
Okay. Make me a. I got some distance, so we'll call it a hard perception check, but it'll be active. There would normally be some black dice for this, but you don't give a fuck.
I will be spending a destiny point though because I suck at perception.
Okay, good.
I need to get one back.
So
Basically, you guys see Aramaa tear out to the like front of the thing, get the electro binocs.
Mm. I don't have anything else.
Boots is kind of standing by. Like I said.
Give me the good shit. Nope.
Yeah, you're looking and you lose track of them. They like take a sudden angle shift and go off.
Shit.
And you can't see them. They like maybe they accelerated or decelerated suddenly, and you just lose track of where they were.
Dang.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Is there at least a direction?
No. Well, you hear Aramaa swear. And she goes back in and tosses back the electros. It's like, and apologizes to Wevu, gets the engine block off her tail. But she sits on it for a moment and says, I don't think it's youth gangs now.
So you're about to say she sits on the tail for a moment?
No.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I accidentally somehow hit like Control D and deafened myself.
Yeah, that's why I switched it to Control L for me now.
Oh, well, did you say something?
No, but I didn't hear what you were saying.
Oh.
You were like turned to Wevu and then it was just silence.
Oh, basically I sat down and was like, I don't think it's the youth gangs anymore. And she will briefly describe what she saw.
Stormtroopers do get vigilance.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's right. Boots, radio in with Sierra Mobile and Captain Shark and
Ooh, that is a spicy check some clone boys have just rolled.
And ask if they have seen any
So
anything.
Triumph.
Heck.
Will do,
hey,
boss.
While you're getting on there, because I said you were kind of like standing around, like scanning comm frequencies and stuff. You get a.
Oh.
This is Sierra 4-2. I am positioned in a field amongst the wheat, and I have just been overflown by what sounds like an enemy vehicle. And then there's a kind of a distant. And then there's another clone trooper says, "Shell cover!" And over the comms, you can hear just a big old. Probably somewhere off to your like. Actually, no, you reconvened. No, I said it was open. So probably somewhere off to like your. Let's see. Count like north is up is like 12. So probably somewhere off to your like 6 or 7 o'clock, kind of in the vague distance that Aramaa saw those things going. You see like. A couple almost like lightning strike flashes of light.
Oh.
And maybe hear a distant rumble that could be mistaken for thunder, and then it passes.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Let's move.
Yeah.
We will apologize to Sesarma. We did what we could, but there's been an incident. Real quick, what's your daughter's name?
Yeah, he gives you a name.
All right, cool.
I'll generate it later if it
And
matters.
it's like if I see her, I'll tell her to come home. Pardon us, and we gotta get on the swoop bikes, and we gotta
This
go.
thing's mostly done. You can finish in like a night. You're fine.
Oh, thank you, Kyle. It's done.
Yeah.
All right, you knew.
We knew.
You're swimming with a purpose. I'm gonna need you to roll me.
Pilot planetary?
Yeah, some pilot checks. So whoever's
All right.
piloting should roll me. We'll set this as a flat difficulty. We'll call it an average pilot check. Make sure to add your handling, which is plus. Actually, you don't add anything because they're +0 right now, except for whatever Boots flying. So I hope he has that stat line handy. Or Boots is owned because he's not flying it.
Yeah, I'm in the passenger seat.
What's the handling?
Handling. Let me pull it up once again. I did have it.
Bark speeder is just
Yeah, the bark speeder is a flat +0. Got the sidecar attached.
Okay. So you
Average, but because Aramaa's not driving.
All right.
Okay, I'll put
Average.
+0. All pilots would please add 2 setback dice for low light.
I'll take
Okay.
-1 because I got a helmet for that.
You are in farm country. It is dark as dicks.
In this
Okay,
case, no
well,
one can
I'm
help
not
me which is a sidecarring. So
I mean, well, you don't have a sidecar, but I don't actually know how.
if it doesn't, it
almost
doesn't
think
matter.
It would be less helpful if Boots backseat drove.
That is fair. Okay, that's 1 setback then because it's like light.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll as is.
This is Well, does it probably has like environmental effects, or would just like not really matter because it's not like it's more just
What
piloting.
is your
Ah,
what's the source of your environmental effect thing? Is that a talent?
Outdoorsman. Yeah. Remove
Outdoors-
black per rank of
sure,
outdoorsman
you're
rejects
outdoors.
move terrain or manage environmental effects.
No, I think I'll allow outdoorsman. This is outdoors. You know how to move over terrain. Ooh, you're good. You guys actually get there first. Well, okay, maybe you don't get there first because Wevuguk dumps all 4 force points into success and just full throttle.
I get something advantage. Something advantage.
Force, take the wheel.
It is literally that.
That's a Jedi roll. That's what that whole thing enhance is. Yeah. But Camo, you're paying attention. And you can actually get higher speed or higher altitude, I should say, and higher speed too, because it's a very nice swoop bike. Is there an art of the Skyblade 330 somewhere?
Remember, I tried googling and couldn't really find much.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, there is. Oh, okay, my bad.
Get the full size. It's this motherfucker.
Nice.
Ooh.
So you yeah, because this is what the cloud writing guys in Solo used. But also it looks cool.
It is cool.
So you're actually Camo, you're actually flying kind of high and behind, ignoring a lot of the terrain and cruising a little higher, and you are keeping an eye out. So you guys will get different things. Actually, this is a good point to Wevu and to Aramaa because you're in the sidecar with her. Where's your destination? Are you going to presumably where an impact has just happened, or are you looking for that squad you heard from?
yes, squad.
Squad.
Okay, so you guys link up with the squad.
Mhm.
Camo, with your triumph, you guys are kind of high and above, and I say you kind of split the difference. You kind of circle around these guys, because they're lower down, and you see a plume of smoke rising above the fog layer. You see where the detonation site is cleanly. Looks like a secondary fire has started there. But also you see, just before it dives into some clouds, those silhouettes that Aramaa described peek out and do probably what do they call it? Like a fire report pass. They basically observe the target and then swoop off. You see 5 silhouettes, and you can make me, if you so choose, you may make me a hard perception or knowledge warfare test. Both you and Boots.
Alright, I'll make a
There.
perception.
I will remove any setback dice for darkness because you guys rolled good checks. Maybe they
Alright.
get caught in a sliver of moonlight or something.
That is how you.
Knowledge warfare.
Aramaa, Wevu, I assume you guys are hard parking and just hopping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you find 4 clone boys huddled in a. They dove in a ditch full of water, so they're a little muddy and a little wet, but
That's
they,
standard.
they do not stand. They stay low and salute.
Yep. And rather that, they stay alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just be, quickly like report, and
They kind of pile up. Everybody here?
Mm.
You here? Eat. He's like they rattle off the names. What are you doing? How are you? Gumbo? Fine. Jax? Fine. Lefty? Fine. Everybody's fine.
all right, cool.
Kind of tap their ears and says, "Rung my bell a little bit, but we gotten defilade. I think it was over there." They point, and you guys can see like the dim hits of firelight
Mhm.
in the distance.
All right. If everyone.
You know what Heads. Camo knows what it was though. He saw.
He saw. He knows.
You spot 4 looks like the silhouettes of 4 vulture droid fighters
Oh,
and
no.
1 hyena class droid bomber. However, normally these ships in the separatist livery have 2 patterns. They are usually dull beige which is the Trade Federation colors, or the actual different elements of the Separatist Navy use the kind of gray-blue color scheme with blue coloring. The things you spot are matte black or even gunmetal gray with red, looks like red accents or red unit markings.
Is it like anything up to like military code, or is it like something else entirely?
It's dark. You probably can't make the details, but it definitely looks like this is some kind of unique unit marking.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well,
That is
anyway,
concerning.
that's like, well, we wait for Camo to fly, and I was like,
This
well,
time the second speeder brake just behind you.
that's like, well, let's go see if we can get control of this fire.
All right.
So yeah, let's.
So 6. Oh wait, no, you got 2 more. 8 clone troopers and 2 Jedi trumble out of the darkness, and you find a, burning storage barn. You see probably 3 or 4 farmhands running around. Bucket brigade! Where's the extinguishers? One guy like snaps to you and draws a blaster pistol and is like, "Who goes there?"
And
But-
I'm just gonna yell, I'm a goddamn Jedi, and I'm here to help.
He is
Every-
sufficiently wowed. There's 8 clone troopers, rigged with. Well, your scout party's, probably rocking like the long blaster DC-15s or carbines, and they're camo netting and all that stuff. And you guys are rolling up and just clunk clunk clunk.
Just like shoveling, moving.
And we're like, all right, we need a bucket brigade down here. And there's like, you hear somebody say, "Ain't no bucket brigade on Soul Live that'll fix this." What do you guys want to do about fire suppression?
What can we do about fire suppression?
Can the move talent do anything?
I go.
I mean, you could telekinesis some water onto it.
Well, we're gonna need a lot of water.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can't
it looks like
deoxide
it's
it.
farm, not a ranch. There's probably an irrigation system somewhere, or
Yeah.
something. Soho doesn't really have big droughts, but they maybe have something.
Like,
Yeah.
Fine,
well, if it's a
yeah,
farm,
you're
yeah,
saying
maybe we can, like, honestly, like, it might break their system a little, but if we can fucking break a pipe or bend a pipe over just to tell us water on it, maybe. I don't know. Fire. This is a
Your
big...
EOD guy's probably like digging through his kit, and he's like, "I've got some stuff for smaller burns, but not this big."
Think.
The engineer's like, "We could build a fire berm. Oh, what would I would kill for a heavy water drop speeder right now."
What would it take, do we have anything on press like for a depressurization explosive? Just like
No.
not.
Oh well, if you want, Camo, I could. This is the demo guy speaking. I could rig up a fuel air bomb to suck all the air out, but as part of the roof of the barn flops in, you're like, unfortunately,
No,
with
it's not gonna
the
hold
time
it.
constraint. I don't know if the yields.
Yeah.
He pauses to do calculus on his wristband. Oh no, that's bad. I think that would be. I think that's a good 50 meters. 50 meters minimum safe distance.
Yeah, no, we don't have time.
Probably just the clone troopers are like helping buckets. You want to
yeah.
try the pipe thing? How do you want to do that?
Well, I'll just yell at the farmer, "Where's your irrigation system?"
Oh, it's over there. We got a pump regulator for the ditches and the wells. Wait, why do you need to know?
I'm just gonna run off.
I think I was
So
gonna run up.
so basically, what I think we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to basically rip up the pipe, bend it over, and turn it on. But
All right. It looks like they've got basically a pump station. It's got water filters to take out some of the salt and solidity and sediment and make clean water pumps for crops and distribute it correctly.
Okay.
And yeah, no, that means there's pressurization. There's all kinds of stuff in this.
Okay. So I need Camo for this. I definitely need Camo for
Yeah,
this.
if Camo start running up because it's like if you're running towards the pumps, you're gonna need someone to like
you-
mark out
you
the pipe
Camo
or to bend
first.
it.
Yeah, okay. So Camo, what I need to happen is we need to basically disconnect the water from the irrigation, and we need to basically get the pipe pointed towards the fire and with enough force that we can basically just do a giant water spout. Can we do that, Camo?
You're pretty sure between you've got like, 3 or 4 clone tech heads, a couple of Jedi, and Arama's got crush gaunts, so you can
Right.
shape pipes however you
Right.
want.
Yeah,
You could
shape
probably
pipes,
turn this into a water cannon in maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
And then maybe a little faster with some luck, and maybe some other people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's like Aramaa just says, Camo, do it.
Yeah, well,
Alright,
I'm not
on
doing
it.
anything. I'll help.
Okay,
I
make
need,
me
I need this crowd
hard
open here,
mechanics
and I
check.
need spare piping.
Make me a hard mechanics check. Add 1 setback die because you are rushing.
Mhm.
You would add 1 setback die for low light, but you would cancel that, so good on you. The rushing is not an environmental thing. That's just you are literally going with whatever you can fucking find as fast as you can do it.
I'm gonna use a destiny point.
Go for
Alright,
it.
fair enough. So you've got clones assisting you, so take a +1 boost from that. Boots said he would assist if he can, so take a boost from that.
Assisting.
Aramaa will assist with swole gains.
All right. So I think that's gonna be 4 boost dice altogether.
Okay.
Not
Hard,
counting any
right?
tools you may
Hard.
have. Yeah, hard.
Hard and 1 setback because of rushing.
Yeah, 1 setback just because you're doing a rush job.
All right.
Nice.
Oh no. Okay. So you know how I said, and you probably told Aramaa 5 minutes.
Get it done too.
This is probably about 2 minutes. 2 minutes of work. And actually, you don't have to break anything.
Oh, thank God.
Because I'll give you that with the 2 advantage. You pull out some pipes, and probably rebuilding this is probably going to take you at least like 5 times as long as for you to fuck it. But you don't break anything, so you're able to like turn like exhaust valves and like pressure relief valves, right? And turn them up and deliberately close some valves and basically just spray salty, silt-filled water in a giant plume at this thing. And after doing this for a solid 5 or 6 minutes, the farmers and the farmhands kind of scooch out of the way, and just the flames start to flicker and die down.
Okay.
And the farmer comes up and he's just shaking hands, hugging, kissing cheeks. Oh, you've saved my livelihood, ma'am. Can't thank you enough. Oh,
I only apologize that we couldn't stop it in the first place.
don't rightly know what it was. He points to the clones. Your boys were kind enough to tell me they'd be camping out in the field to look out for anything going on, but I didn't hear nothing till the explosion. I was dead asleep. Lucky it didn't kill any of my farmhands. Out here prepping. We're gonna crop rotation in just under a week. Cycle out. Hopefully we can salvage some of the storage and machinery.
I'm so as well. I'm not entirely sure what is going on, but rest assured we will get to the bottom of it. But I think we've done all we can here.
He basically kind of low talks. Is it the war, ma'am? Is it the separatists?
Aramaa kind of lowers her voice. Is like, unfortunately, there are many signs pointing to yes.
Whatever the space version of like crossing yourself is, this guy would definitely do just that. Nope, don't like that juju.
So
Right.
rest assured that we will get to the bottom of this. But
I haven't. It's a tragedy. I haven't. Hell, it wasn't even that bad when old Ariana Sireko was running around. She was a mean customer. I heard once she shot up a bar just because they wouldn't serve her. But I ain't never seen nothing like this. Just as you look at the remnants of smoke plumage piling out, everything smells like basically like burnt bread. Burning grain, metal, grease, kind of stuff like that. Looks like this was a combo storage barn. They had some of their food grain stored here, but also probably stuff like, fertilizers, machinery, etc. Great stuff.
well, hopefully we saved some of it. Or something of it.
Well, Marta did always say we should have put a new roof on the barn. I guess I got to now.
Well, actually, if this is actually war related, we might be able to send relief funds into the area. Actually, maybe.
Omega, just to check with you, it was like this is kind of like the usual like bombing pattern, but the aircraft itself were very much
It was a.
Oh
aboriginal.
yeah, no, this was 2 pattern. I mean, looking at it, you might want to wait a little bit for it to die down, but you probably want to get in there and do some science since you got a fresh one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this doesn't look exactly like a standard munition. You're pretty sure if they were using like concussion or proton bombs, that would have just flattened this fucking building.
So they were like, using incendiary, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah.
You got an EOD guy with a big, demo toolkit. After you probably wait a couple hours for fire safety, you would probably want to send some guys in there and
Yeah.
start taking science samples.
I was very curious about like the actual like aircraft pattern as we went there. Was it actually like kind of like pattern?
What?
Oh yeah, that was if you compare with Aramaa, because you haven't actually told her what you saw with your
Yeah,
eyes
like,
yet.
we're probably just like once things
But,
are like calmer down, we could probably just like say what it's called, where it's like 4 vultures and hyena, strange colors, black.
That's
Gunmetal
that's
with
a
red
that's a
bunny.
bomber with fighter escort.
Yeah, that's the usual. 1 big bomber, 4 escorts. So.
By the way, to remind the players and the audience, Vulture and Hyenas are both droid brain operated.
Yeah.
They are basically remote drones,
So.
which either means they put a lot of money into giving them onboard droid brains, or there's a control center nearby.
Either or. But if we want to stay here and do science, we might as well get comfy for a bit, lay down,
Yeah.
take a nap.
Mhm.
Yes.
I need a nap.
All right.
I knew.
The clones brought rucks and like field bags and stuff. Like you were not necessarily specific with Captain Shark, but you told them maximum coverage, so he's literally like got squads of 2 or 4 clone guys with their camping rigs, like literally hiding in the rice fields. Like he's like, if you see something, if you smell something, you hear it. I want to hear. I want to know. If something falls out of the sky, I want 5 clones on it before it can even wake the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Every dog house, hen house, cat house, and outhouse. Kind of a thing. So yeah, no, they're ready to ruck. They can help you out.
Yeah.
The farmer, obviously, he's like whatever. Fresh calf is supplied. These guys. This is a really sizable farm. You're probably looking at main farmer, his significant other, probably some of their own kids or nieces or nephews, and just a couple of hireling farmhands. So you're probably looking at maybe like 10 or a dozen people in this place. None of them are sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
So just you guys can just you might be able to go inside and crowd around, crash on a couch, literally camp, whatever you want.
If they have a nice porch with a rocking chair, I will sit in that fucking rocking chair.
Oh, of course they do.
Camo, you know what time it is? It's time for a camping trip.
Armand's just gonna gently rock in that chair. She's gonna have a cup of calf, and she's just gonna think about the last time she saw something like that on fire, and not talk for a while.
Yeah, and just it's probably very quickly turns into a silent vigil of just stern faces standing around. In the time period since the fire's been out, every person here has dug up a gun, whether it's slug rifles or pistols, or actually like blaster pistols. Everybody's got something, because as you guys know, there's some nasty wildlife on Soholiv, and sometimes it doesn't really care about borders and stuff.
Bang.
And this just makes it seem like it's just like a sign of being like something.
The farmer actually over the door into his house on the porch has probably got a mud shark jaw hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're just chilling.
All right, but yeah, let's wait the couple hours, let the fire get down, and everyone get in there and see if we can figure out what the hell made that happen.
Camo would probably, during the few hours of waiting, would probably to talk to the EOT guy of like if he knows like the usual range for like a droid bane and a command center.
He kind of does a tap on his head, and he's like, I feel like he would know that better than me, Mr. Big Shot, Recon Commando. I just blow things up and figured out what did blow up and make things not blow up.
Fair enough.
Also, 5 credits will get you 20. That was an incendiary munition.
Yeah. They're specifically trying to like ruin the farmers. But
yeah.
Not sure why.
Seen it in the simulations. Trying to attack infrastructure.
Yeah, Aramaa
Why
will.
just use 1 bomber though? Usually that's a saturation tactic.
Aramaa will walk up. It's a test.
A test, ma'am?
It has to be. They're testing.
Oh, a pilot program. I see.
Either they're testing out. Camo, you said it was four vultures and a bomber, right?
Yeah. The only extra weird thing about it was like weirdly like specific detailing, like they were trying not to be seen in the dark, or I guess personalized, which is more odd than anything.
My gut feeling: stealth bomb group. Fly high, fly quickly, fly hands, hit either critical structures and get out before they're known. You can't hit.
Shrink.
You can't hit what you can't see. Most of the time. Now the question is how far along they are on this, and if they have more waiting in the wings.
Alrighty. So, it dies down a little. You probably have to run some field lights out there.
Mhm.
Still, you got probably, if we assume evenly split, you probably got an extra couple hours a night. So it's still a little dark.
Mhm.
But I assume you want to strike while the iron's hot here.
Yeah.
Literally.
All right. So somebody should make me another. Well, we'll make it easy. Somebody make me an easy mechanics check or knowledge warfare with a boost for the tech guy.
Here we go.
Okay,
Oh,
Cameron's on top of that.
I'll
Okay,
just-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
will
doing
assist.
mechanics check soon. All
okay.
right.
If it's
Take it first.
warfare, that
Because
can.
you want to talk about preserving the crime scene? The only thing you've done to this crime scene is you wash it in salty water.
Yeah. But it's not that bad.
Could be worse, but hey.
And if Boots
I mean, if it was,
get
if
it
it
in.
was a biological or chemical weapon, you'd probably destroy the evidence. But you're
Yeah.
looking for, ordnance traces, accelerants, shit like that.
Yeah, which is not easy to take away out of just like, especially salty water. Okay, boost. What boost that was helping?
You got a tech guy, so that's one blue. Boots, you want to give him the hand?
He said
Yeah,
that already.
I said I did.
I just
Okay.
heard Marth said it
So-
or not.
Oh, yeah. Did Wevuguk assist, Marth?
This is knowledge warfare or mechanics.
Yes.
Yep. Would you like to assist? I believe is the question.
Sure.
Okay.
I can
cool.
Because I thought you said you
assist
were.
I consist of its mechanics.
2 more
Yeah.
boost dice.
Right.
Gonna do some science.
And
Yeah.
if Boots is assisting, it definitely means that he has more int, so you gotta just change.
Yeah,
the
you can check my.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can take 3 in. That's a good one.
There we go.
Oh
Alright,
boy,
we got
yeah,
something.
nope, yep. Even with double failures on that purple, no. Oh yeah, no. You're taking chemical samples. You're getting back all kinds of flash. Like this is basically napalm. Like this was
Oh.
full blown mil spec incendiary bomb. Looks like a single drop, precision, accurate.
Like they pre-planned where they're gonna hit it.
Gravity driven bomb though. Not a smart munition or anything, so it's not a missile. It's a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But it is incendiary, and it is. You're lucky you probably used salt actually,
Oh,
because it was chemical reactive. The fact that you were pumping unpurified water actually helped.
Oh, wow.
Because if it was just water, it probably would have just kept burning because accelerants.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
until you got rid of all the oxygen. But yeah, no, it's a nasty piece of work. Honestly, you're gonna say you probably should tell these guys that when they should take everything they want out of this place and you should bulldoze it and build a new one because there's like chemical traces in the soil and shit. Like
yeah, it's just.
Nope.
For all I
Well,
work,
we
give them
will
a
we
money
will
report.
we will inform them.
Report about like.
there's some shaking of the head, probably some concern about they're due for a harvest in a week. Where are they gonna put all the grain?
Which is probably what the bomb was trying to do, trying to like mess up the whole cycle.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Actually, you rolled some advantage. It's a little weird. Again, like EOD Man said, if they were doing this ideally, they'd probably run a full flight of like 4 of these bombers, and they would drop multiple targets in the fields
yeah.
if
True,
they were
like,
really
just
trying to
ruin it.
burn down your
But
infrastructure.
also, do you know something that I find wild? For a single bomb, it was super fucking accurate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that is the thing to be said. This was actually this is a good question. What's everybody's gunnery rating?
2.
I have none, but
I have done.
2 as well.
Okay, Wevu, Boots, you're assisting. You guys have fired heavy munitions before. You're pretty sure whatever or whoever dropped this is better than you. Like, you're not sure you could hit this target as square in the pitch dark.
From like
probably running on passive scanners so you don't alert anybody. From height too, yeah, is the important bit.
Yeah, that's the thing that's getting me right. Like, whoever this is, they're super fucking good. And I don't know if they're using droid brain for that or not.
Could droid brain actually be even that close consistently?
Well, that'd be something for them to test now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, so hypothetically, like, if I remember rightly, attack droid. What's the stat line on attack droid like? Actually check.
Oh, excuse me. It's like I haven't got any full conjecture here, but this seems more in the lines of extended tests or revenge.
So, yeah, you know that leader. It's not unheard of. I mean, you can fit a brain that would at least theoretically have the processing power to be this skilled inside a tactical droid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those guys are only Agi 2, but they're not mainline fighters, right? Like, or, you know, droid, you can probably do a decent effect with, like, a squad of just B1s that are gunnery droids, right? It's not that freaky of a skill level, but this is definitely something that is very specifically focused and specifically designed. Like, everything about this is non-standard, you'd say? Like, this is a non-standard munition being dropped by at least liveried non-standard forces operating in a way that is not typical. Obviously, because a lot of the Separatist commanders are organics, they have their own unique quirks and ways of handling things. So this can be personal preference by a commander.
So maybe it's someone who has a grudge against the area. I think we need to go to the canyon.
I think we need to ask about people who probably know.
Anyway, I think we've done all we can here tonight. Let's pack up. Well wishes, and honestly, we might have to organize a relief fund out here for some point.
Maybe we should leave some of the men here just to keep watch if anything more happens.
So we've been going for 3.5 hours. I think that's a good point to let off the session.
Yeah,
Probably,
actually,
yeah.
I think so too.
You guys have found this. You guys
Yeah.
have the source of your problem. Would you like to know what these guys are called?
Yes.
This is the SWRPG unit or Firestorm unit.
So we probably get over the canyon and maybe find like a launch bay.
Maybe, but like I said, there's probably not a lot of places to hide a fucking base around here, except maybe that fire canyon.
Yeah.
No, that would 100% be it. Would be in the canyon. You haven't done any research, and I'm not. You know, we're not gonna necessarily go deep in it. You'll probably do that next time. But your basic understanding is that, honestly, there are like parts of the canyon run that people don't. The canyons and the network of caves and stuff around here that people don't know very well. Like there are places that are hard to get to. They're narrow. They're deep. There are apparently nesting soyverns in the area.
That's a hell of a defense.
And honestly, it was probably mentioned when they talked about the old Fire Lizard gang that good old the header Senreiko the way he talked about her, made her sound like a local who knew the area very well. Like they basically lived and ran the canyon area for probably several years in a row before.
Feels like we probably need to get Sierra Mobile
to build a big enough force and raid them, basically.
Feels like Sierra Mobile might need to like get near the canyon and then we to like go on foot depending how big it is.
Probably, but we're gonna try and narrow some stuff down and maybe get a little bit more information. Like I said, we still need to check out the wreck in the morning and see exactly how it was shot down and maybe get an idea of maybe where it was shot down. That might help us narrow it down. But other than that, no, we could probably also go talk to the swoop gangs and see if how they've been doing.
And in case they're involved in this, Aramaa can put the fear of punch fist in them.
I will. I also have.
Hey, kids. You're gonna fucking kanji them. You're gonna hit them with a chair and be like, stop doing your goddamn bikes in the middle of the night.
I'm the
Stop
god.
it.
I'm the crime lord of Moriarty.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You guys have
I
done
thought that was a good session.
your investigations. Let's call that tenor. Let's call it a base tenor.
Okay.
Base tenor.
Right.
Anybody hit any of their motivations in particulars?
I'm not sure, but like that's kind of hard for me.
No, I don't think I did anything related to family in this one.
Related to family, I don't know, man. I would say so. When that fucking bomb went off, we were like, oh shit, our clones.
We all fucking booked it, yeah.
Yeah, we all booked it, but I didn't go out of my way to do anything. I didn't put myself in harm's way. That
I mean,
kind of hard to put.
like,
our way
like
back.
honestly, like
Actually, so speaking of that though, talking about what's your motivation is the mission, right, Camo?
Yes.
I give it to you. You were talking about like kind of hanging back and using your superior altitude, right? Like you kind of did some fancier stuff, and several times you tried to go off on your own to go do the thing. So I'd say you're acting your motivation.
yeah, he got it.
motivation. People are counting on me.
I mean, you dropped an engine block on your fellow Jedi and tore off out of there, and were like, literally, that was your afterthought to be like, oh, sorry, let me take that off.
Yeah.
And when presented with a horrific fire, you were like, I'll fix this. Camo, fix this.
Everyone helped, and it helped a lot.
Wevuguk has not yet done her motivation, but I'm sure there will be some interesting things.
Yeah,
Probably also with
yeah, that's the one combat one, and then I have the force one.
Sadly, didn't get anything force, but you never know what we do.
Yeah, it's seeker force, so it's all about finding new things or seeking out new knowledge.
Hey, who knows what will happen in those canyons?
Canyons. Anyway, but I think that's it for the recording.
All right,
Yeah.
you cut off yours.
I'm about to.
All right,
Bye,
bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's been fun.
Bye.
Bye.